Welcome to Ventura College here on the
in their win against OC, but with a 5-2 record so far this season, it's been a great season for the Oaks and going to be a tough challenge today for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Yeah, certainly quality opponent. Talk about Caden Ceramic from Simi Valley, redshirt freshman. Oklahoma State was last place, but did not play for that team that went to the regionals against Alabama, didn't make it, but he was on the roster. Just didn't play an inning, and we'll go for the lineup for the Arroyo Seco Saints. Visiting again today, so he'll be batting first. Leading off things will be Braden Flores, then Bryce Robinette, and Jacob Freer. That's your 1, 2, 3. Then 4, 5, 6 will be Cannon King, Carson Panarisi, and Evan Ryder. Then finishing things off at 7, 8, 9 is Dylan Immel, Juan Pablo Monzo, and then Nick Nishiwa. So that will be who's batting for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Yeah, and I'm very excited to see Nick Nishiwa back in the lineup again. 2 nights ago, had a 1-for-3 day, but a lot of line drives hit. Of course, his first game of the season went 3-for-3 with 2 hit-by pitches. So happy to see Nishiwa in the lineup. He's going to lock things down for Colin Caicedo on the mound. So excited to see Nick Nishiwa back in the order today, rounding things out.
And the defense for the Conejo Oaks is Jackson in the left, Medhurst in center. Right field will be Contreras, and around the horn in the infield, Whitko, Mora, Lopez, and Reese. Behind the dish, Brady Francisco. First pitch. Inside, and we are underway. 1:01 local time. Ozzie is hit by the pitch, so first pitch, hit. He'll take his walk down to first.
Yeah, and we talk about the free passes yesterday that Arroyo Seco unfortunately dished out to the Riptide. That kind of bit them late in that game. Gave up 13 runs in the last 2 innings. A lot of that due to the walk. So Saints definitely want to win that battle today, the free pass battle. We've seen this season when they win that battle, they're able to stay in these ball games. But unfortunately, when the pitching can't throw strikes, they have a hard time. There's another hit by pitch. My goodness.
That is an unbelievable start to this game. So Bryce Robinette comes up in the 2-hole and gets hit. So 2 pitches, 2 hit by pitches for Caden Ceramic. That'll bring up Jacob Freer in the 3-hole.
Yeah, and this is where Arroyo Seco needs to get on the board. They've struggled. They've been behind in almost every single game this season. I think every single game this season they've been behind at some point. So if they're able to draw first blood, play in front, a lot more confidence for Colin Caicedo on the mound and a lot more confidence for this Arroyo Seco team.
So no outs, and just like that, 2 pitches in, 2 runners on, but that's a needed strike for Ceramic on the slider. And up now is Jacob Freer, 3-hole in this spot yesterday. But again, the Saints bats just were too quiet, only putting up 2 runs, the least amount of runs they put up in this beginning of the CCL play. Ceramic to home, that one outside.
Yeah, and yesterday, obviously, the pitching came to play early in the game. Joe O'Regan, who we most likely will be talking to later in this broadcast, 6 innings, just gave up a couple of runs. He was fantastic. Just one of the first times this season the Saints bats were held quiet. So today, especially right now, Freer with an opportunity, 2 runners on, nobody out. Got to bring somebody home here.
2 for 4 with a walk yesterday at Jackie Robinson. Freer sees that one low. Overall batting .316 with a .409 on-base percentage. And Freer is used to playing in the Saints jersey. He's back again.
Yeah, riding a 4-game hit streak right now would be a big opportunity to extend it to 5, but you know, early in the season, you're trying to figure out who can be consistent, who can be good in your order, and Jacob Freer, of course, has matched that challenge.
Takes that one outside. 3 balls, 1 strike, still none away. And they knew they had that consistency when Freer came back. Had a good season at Azusa Pacific, but played for the Oaks last summer for 22 RBIs and about 339 average, so knows what it means to play for the Saints. Here's a 3-1. Ceramic checks on second. Will deliver. In for a strike, we go full. 3-2 count, and just like that, an important situation. Not even 2 minutes into this game. Ceramic set. Will deal. And they say he went. A strikeout for Ceramic. Freer heading back to the dugout.
Yeah, and that's a good pitch by Ceramic. Goes off speed right there, and you can see Freer a little quick to it with the hands. He chokes up a little bit, kind of stays back in that stance, but just wasn't able to wait on that off-speed pitch for long enough. Unfortunately, couldn't hold up. But still, you know, 1 out here in this first inning, 2 runners on. Cannon King at the plate. This is a prime opportunity, and the Saints have struggled with runners in scoring position past couple nights. So today has to be different in that category.
King fouls on 1 out left, and we talk about how successful he's been. Yesterday was his 1 day of no success. Didn't get on base, not the day he won. His average took an 100-point decrease, was sitting around 529, now at 429. But still a dangerous hitter, just with an off day at Jackie Robinson. Ceramic ahead 0-1, 1 out. King chops that one over to second, advances the runners. Oaks will get the out at first. 2 outs there, but runners on third and second, they advance.
Yeah, and I mean, obviously not what you really want in that situation, especially if you're Cannon King, want to drive the ball. But, you know, still does a job, gets runners on second and third, able to put that ball on the right side. Nice play by Lopez over there to field it on a short hop to be able to get that out. And a good pick by Tyson Reese over there at first base, a little bit of a low throw. But now it's all about Carson Panarisi. Can he get a big hit here for the Saints, put him on top, give Casado something to work with in the bottom of the first.
4 games played for Panarisi on the season. Takes that one high. 250 average, 294 on-base percentage, 250 slugging.
And we kind of saw him break out on Friday night, 2 for 4, first multi-hit game of the season. Was struggling a little bit going into that point, but now kind of a staple in this Saints lineup so far this season.
Panarisi swings through. Strike 1 of the at-bat. One count, 2 outs in this first inning. Score still 0-0. And that one clocks Panarisi on the left elbow. He'll take his walk to first, so bases are loaded for the Arroyo Seco Saints.
Yeah, and a guy that you really want in this situation, Evan Reiter, he's been having a great season so far, batting .333. He's played in 5 games, has a hit in his past 4. 3 for 5 night yesterday against Orange County, one of really the only guys in that Arroyo Seco lineup that was able to tear up the Riptide's pitching. But good guy in this situation, bases loaded, 2 outs. You got to bring a run home if you're Arroyo Seco.
Was in the 2-hole yesterday, now in the 6-hole. Didn't like that pitch, but it's called a strike. No balls, 1 strike, 2 outs on this top of the first. Bases are loaded for the Saints. Now behind is Reiter 0-2.
Yeah, 2 really competitive pitches by Ceramic. Inside corner, jams him up a little bit for a called strike, then goes right outside. Has Reiter right in the palm of his hand. Opportunity here to dish out a K.
No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Bases are loaded for Reiter. Takes that one outside. Will be ball 1. Saw a base loaded situation yesterday for the Saints. came away with nothing in that inning. Need to capitalize with the runners in scoring position. 2 outs. Here's the 1-2 from Ceramic. That one fired away. We ball 2, so deuces across the board. Ceramic's certainly been wild out of the gate. All 3 guys on base right now reach via the hit by pitch. 2-2, 2 outs. Ceramic deals. Popped up and foul down the first base side behind the Conejo Oaks dugout.
Yeah, and if I'm Evan Ryder right here, of course, you know, if you get an inside pitch, you want to take it where it's given to you, but huge hole in between first and second right now. Lopez playing way up the middle behind that second base bag, so plenty of space to knock it down that right side.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Ceramic to Ryder. Sent it to second. Lopez fields it over to first. And the Oaks will get out of the inning. So another base-loaded situation the Saints can't capitalize on. And they'll go down. We'll head to the bottom of the first and talk about the Oaks lineup and the pitching for the Saints. Welcome back here to Ventura College, and just a quick note, having some camera issues right now on the broadcast, so we'll be going radio style, old school for you guys until we figure that out. But for the Saints, Colin Caicedo is on the bump, ready to deal.
Yeah, and Colin had one start this season, starting against the San Diego Bombers. It was a 16-9 win for the Saints, but he started that game. Saints were down 9-2, gave up 4 runs in the first inning. Kind of got hit around a little bit, but still was able to get a couple of Ks. He's got good stuff. Not a lot of speed on his pitches, but definitely does a good job at changing speeds, getting hitters off balance. So, you know, this is a big moment for Caicedo. Another start this season and an opportunity for him to bounce back.
Was at LMU, in the transfer portal now, delivering it to Contreras. And we'll go through this Oaks lineup. Contreras had a 4-for-6 day yesterday, leading things off. Then Nate Lopez and Tyson Reese. That's the 1-2-3 for the Conejo Oaks. And Dylan Jackson, Brady Francisco, Luke Medhurst. That's 4-5-6. And at the bottom of the lineup will be Matthew Whitko, Ryder Gordon, and Zach Morrow. So that's your Conejo Oaks lineup going against Caicedo. He's behind 2-0. That one out of the glove of Nishiwa. So 3-0 count, 3 balls, no strikes, no outs in this bottom of the first.
Yeah, so far we've seen an interesting game so far. No hits, but Saints able to load the bases on 3 hit by pitches, and so both teams struggling a little bit to throw it over the plate right now.
3 balls, no strikes. He'll notch 1 in the strike column, so it's 3-1. No outs to Contreras. Contreras Plays on this exact field. A lot of Oaks players play at Ventura College. Started all 40 games last year and tied Ventura College's single-season doubles record of 19. 3-1. Caicedo upstairs. And he'll take, Contreras will take his walk down to first.
Yeah, and you talk about the doubles record. This field, very deep. Don't know the correct dimension, so I won't give you any distances here, but at least 420 feet out to center field, and there's a big hill in center field right in front of the fence in play. So going to be a long day for Evan Ryder and Luke Medhurst out there in center.
Yeah, the fences goes up the hill around it. Such an interesting situation here at Ventura College. So if you want to go to center field, you have to hit a moonshot to get it out of here onto the neighboring street.
Yeah, and you would imagine some of those doubles that Contreras hit could have been home runs in any other ballpark, but unfortunately for him, this field's really deep.
Sure he'll take a doubles record, though.
Oh, surely.
I'd take any record.
I'd take any. Yeah, exactly.
Nate Lopez up to bat for the Oaks. Head in the count, 1 ball, no strikes. Caicedo delivers and notches him on the head. That can't feel good. So Lopez, the second baseman, will take his walk down to second. Just like that, 2 runners on for the Oaks, similar to how the Saints started in the top of the first.
Yeah, and you got to say thank goodness that Lopez able to duck that head and let it hit the helmet. Looks totally fine as he trots down to first base, but those pitches always scary, up and in. Good on him to just lower that head, turn away, and avoid a face shot.
Those ones are always scary.
And I like to see Nishiwa. I don't know if he's doing it for this reason, but goes out, talks to Caicedo, and, you know, either way, calm your guy down, let him know his stuff is good, just needs to fire it in there, but also gave Nate Lopez a kind of a second to collect himself on first base, so good all around from Nick Nishiwa.
Classy. The man behind the dish, and Nishiwa up is Tyson Reese, a catcher in his own right. He's playing out there today, playing at first for the Conejo Oaks. Takes that first pitch strike. Junior from Ione, California. Riverside, UC Riverside last year, now in the transfer portal. Caicedo. It's even 1-1, no out. Runners on first and second for the Oaks in the bottom of the first. Checks on second, delivers home. That one high, popped up. Nishiwa, mask off, shading the sun. Under it, and it lands. Will go foul. So runners won't advance, but the sun does too much to handle.
Yeah, I mean, that one, the sun kind of behind home plate here. Pretty even up in the sky, you know, with a 1 o'clock start. So Monzo and Nishiwa both going after that ball. Nishiwa, you could tell right away, put his glove up, could not find that ball at all. Monzo couldn't find it either. Communication a little bit off there, but luckily ball bounces in fair territory, but spins back foul, so falls harmlessly to the ground.
It was about 5 to 10 feet down the first base line where that landed, but on the white chalk, spun foul like you said. 1-2 from Caicedo. Delivers outside and high. Count goes 2-2. 2-2 count for Caicedo, none out. Runners on first and second. Caicedo goes home. Nishiwa has to scramble for that one. It was down in the dirt. Wanted to check Contreras at second, but he returns safely, so runners remain at first and second. Count is now full 3-2. Don't want to allow a free pass here. Caicedo surely will attack the hitter. Or that was a 2-2. Now it is 3-2.
Yeah, a little bit of deception from the scoreboard. That ball was still up there when the at-bat started, I think. Kind of threw us off a little bit, but now a full count.
Now it's time to party. Caicedo checking off one, decides on a pitch. Full count. Reese swings through, and that's a strikeout for Colin Caicedo. 1 out in this bottom of the first.
Yeah, that's a big out for Caicedo, and, you know, struggled a little bit with the control for the first two batters. Still got into a 3-ball count there, but still was ahead in the count, 1-2, able to just kind of lull Reese into that 3-2 count, gave him a really competitive pitch, outside corner with that off-speed pitch. Took a little off of it, and just not enough from Tyson Reese. So now Dylan Jackson going to step in. Still runners on first and second, but now that double play is in order for Arroyo Seco.
Dylan Jackson going to senior year around the area, Thousand Oaks, California, just about 15-minute drive east. Take the 101 south from Ventura. Then you'll get there, but he's had such a story. 2022 redshirted at Cal Poly Pomona, then came and played here at Ventura College. Put up a great year, second team all-conference. There's the 1-0 from Caicedo, swung back. And went to Long Beach State. Didn't play much, 8 games played, 3 starts. Mainly at catcher and first. But now it's found a home at San Jose State, 30 games played. Around 39, 22 starts. He's been up and down California.
Oh, yeah, he's been everywhere. Gee whiz.
Well-traveled man.
At least in the state of California.
1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Runners on first and second still. That one up from Jackson, foul.
Yeah, we talked about it a little bit yesterday, Dylan, but kids running after foul balls yesterday, definitely today. Apparently if you retrieve a foul ball and bring it to the snack shack, you get a free piece of candy. So if you come down here to a Conejo game, make sure to bring your glove, bring your sunglasses too for the sun. Make sure to grab some foul balls.
And if you hear me or Nick Jepson drop the headset suddenly, it's because we found a foul ball and are getting some free candy.
Most certainly. You kidding me?
That sounds like it's a great time.
In this economy, Skittles aren't cheap.
If you had to pick a candy, what are you?
Oh, Skittles.
Skittles?
Oh, come on now.
All the way?
Wild berry. That little purple package. Come on now.
2 balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Over to second. Spear shot, diving play made by Flores. Over to first. It's in time. Heck of a play by Flores at second. Showing off the glove, flashing the leather.
Yeah, my goodness. That hole's kind of deep there in between first and second. Freer and Flores playing up the middle kind of for the double play, trying to be in double play depth, set that up. Flores, great first step, immediately to his left, dives, gets up, kind of bobbles it a little bit with the throw, but decides, hey, I'm going to set my feet. I've got some time. Jackson's not really flying down the line. Puts one right on the money for Monzo, and that's just a great defensive play. Saves a run.
So runners do advance as that first pitch to Brady Francisco, and those 5 holes fouled off. Runners advance. Now, third and second are Contreras and Lopez, who both reached in the first 2 batters of this inning. But Caicedo's fought back a bit, similar to Ceramic, on the top of the inning. Brady Francisco doing the catching today. Takes that one low, counts 1-1, 2 outs. And we talked about, the outfield yesterday had some issues for the Saints, but the infield was on, and it's still on today. Flores moving from third to second, switching with Immel, showing versatility at the 5 and the 4 spot. Caicedo to home. That one breaks just low of the zone. 2 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs for Francisco.
Yeah, no, just a great season so far in the infield for Flores. It feels like when he plays second, balls are always getting hit to second base. When he plays third, always, and he's up for the challenge. He's been fantastic so far this season. Yes, he's got 4 errors, but those are some tough plays to make, and he makes it look easy.
Breaking ball again, lands in the zone. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs in this bottom of the first. A dangerous situation for Caicedo, but he's worked through it meticulously. Runners on third and second as well for the Conejo Oaks. No hits in this ball game yet. Here's Caicedo. Francisco takes outside. Another full count. Caicedo says, "It's on me." Pointing to Shiwa. Battery. such a special relationship between the pitcher and the catcher. Truly need to be one mind. Caicedo looking to get his get back here, get out of the inning. Full count, 2 outs to Francisco. Lines that one into left. Diving, can't make the play, is Jackson. 2-round home. The Oaks. Well, 1-2 as that one dribbled to the wall. It's actually a triple. Francisco on his horse. So a slight fly ball blooper that Dylan Jackson tries to make a play on in left. Diving, can't make it, dribbles to the wall. Francisco, head on a swivel, heads to third. So an RBI or 2 RBI triple for the Oaks to start things off.
Yeah, and I think on that play, Panarisi, you decide whether or not you should dive there. 2 outs in the inning, runners on second and third. Run's going to score if that one drops in anyway. If it's a single, I think both runners come home, but you never know. But I think that's the right risk to take. 2 outs in the first inning, trying to keep Conejo off the board, go for the dive. Unfortunately, just not able to get there, and Francisco, really easy triple at that point.
My apologies, that was Panarisi in left. Now Caicedo still has 2 out, runner on third, but 2 runs did cross. Panarisi certainly inspired by his teammate at second to make a diving play, just couldn't match it. Caicedo now. Count to 1-1. Scores now 2-0 in this bottom of the first. Hard liner foul left down the third base side.
Yeah, and I always commend the guys like Luke Medhurst, who's up right now, who don't use batting gloves. If I'm a pitcher, I'm scared of the guy that's tough enough to not use batting gloves and take those blisters day in, day out. Gee whiz.
That's top 10 signs of respect right there. I mean, I didn't play much ball, but in the few at-bats I got in high school, Nick, I wore the batting gloves. I mean, I'm not taking those off.
Oh, yeah. I don't even know if he's got an elbow guard or a leg guard or anything.
Out high off into the fields and left.
I bet you if he had the choice, he wouldn't wear the helmet either.
Man of steel. Medhurst playing center field for the Oaks. Of course, who we're talking about. That one over to short. Discombobulation. Freer ends up getting that one, but can't throw it to first in time. So another run scores. Francisco crosses home. 3-0. The Oaks go up. And an infield single for Luke Medhurst.
Yeah, and that's always a tough play. In the hole, whose ball is it going to be? Is it going to be Dylan Immel? Is it going to be Jacob Freer? Ends up being Freer. Deep in the hole, has to throw it across his body. Medhurst going to beat that out almost 100% of the time. Just unfortunate. Caicedo gets his ground ball, but too weak.
Matthew Whitco up to bat. Delivers that one into left. Panarisi shading towards it. Can't get it. That one falls. So a single for Whitco. And the Oaks making the opportunity count. 3-0. Runners on first and second. 2 outs. Caicedo struggled to get out of it since storming back from walking those first 2 batters.
Yeah, and the Oaks have taken some really good at-bats. I mean, when Caicedo throws first pitch balls, the Oaks are taking, getting ahead in the count, jumping ahead. And then when he throws a pitch over the plate to Whitco, doesn't miss it, first pitch swinging. They've just been taking some really good approaches so far today on Caicedo. It's been a tough first inning for him, but it's been a tough first inning for a lot of these Saints pitchers this season. Still trying to kind of figure out who they've got to start off these games well.
First inning has not belonged to the Arroyo Seco Saints through these first 7 games. Caicedo starts off with a ball to Ryder Gordon, senior from Simi Valley. Attends Claremont McKenna College, where he'll play his senior year. Caicedo to home. That one breaks out of the zone. It's 2-0. Caicedo has runners on first and second behind him. Has to check on second. It is Medhurst standing there. 2-0. 2 outs. in this bottom of the first. Oaks up 3-0. Fires home. It's away for a ball. Caicedo taking a long pause. Check second. Will deliver home. Breaking into the zone, and that pitch for Caicedo has been probably his most successful one, just breaking back into the zone from the inside part to righties. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Oaks. Caicedo to home, and he'll walk. Ryder Gordon, another walk in the inning for Caicedo. More trouble as Nishiwa will head out to Caicedo to have a conversation. No coach will come out with the infield and Nishiwa. So certainly will be Caicedo's inning to finish.
Yeah, and I think in this situation, we've seen this a lot of times. Arroyo Seco kind of lets their guy figure it out on the mound, see how he can handle that adversity. You know, that's something that with a lot of guys in the transfer portal, a lot of scouts, you know, watching these games, you like to see how guys are able to handle these big situations by themselves. You know, you don't want to interfere too much with how they work because these schools want to see how they can handle these types of situations.
That brings up in the 9-hole Zach Mora. Oaks have gone 1 through 9 this inning. And the 2 out at-bats, base hitting, have been extraordinary for Conejo.
Yeah, all 3 runs scored with 2 outs. Of course, that triple came right after Caicedo was able to get the second out of the inning, but just been a little bit of trouble here for him in the first inning.
Behind 0-1 to Zach Mora, the shortstop for the Conejo Oaks. Plays his ball at Westmont College. Redshirt his first year, now heading into his redshirt junior year. 1 ball, 1 strike to Mora. 2 outs, bases are juiced. Caicedo. Mora over to third. Immel gloves it, steps on third, and 9 hitters come up. 3 runs come across for the Oaks. But the Saints and Caicedo will get out of it. So it's a 3-0 ball game going to the top of the second. Saints looking to respond here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. 7-9 up for the Arroyo Seco Saints, down by 3 in this top of the second. Looking for something. Immel will lead things off. Then it'll be Juan Pablo Monzo in the 8th spot, and Nick Nishiwa. Those 3 for sure will make an appearance this inning. Immel will step in versus Caden Ceramic. With the first 2 batters of the game on back-to-back pitches, but the Saints could not get any to cross.
Yeah, Ceramic settled in pretty quickly in that first inning. Started to find command on his pitches. Just kind of lost a couple to start it, but since then has really been, you know, untouched.
Really settling in, like you said. 1 ball, 1 strike, no outs in this top of the second. In Ventura. That one inside to Immel. Count goes 2-1. Immel yesterday, 1 for 4, single. He also struck out, lined out, and grounded out. 2-1. Immel holds up. Count goes 3-1. 3 balls, 1 strike, no outs. Dylan Immel in this 7 spot. Ceramic to home. Immel takes his walk. He'll get on first. So another leadoff batter for the Saints getting on.
Yeah, and that's big. You know, obviously bases loaded. 1 out in that first inning, not able to bring him around. They've struggled so much with runners in scoring position the last 3 games, including today so far. But, you know, when you create enough traffic at some point or another, you're going to get runs. So huge leadoff walk for Immel, able to work that count. And now Juan Pablo Monzo stepping in.
Delivers that one high to center field. Under it is Medhurst. He'll glove it for the first out. First pitch swinging for Monzo. Shakes his head, not happy about that one. Maybe one he wish he did more with.
Yeah, just got a little bit under it, unfortunately. Pitched a drive, got it over the plate. Middle. Just missed it. But, you know, this bottom of the order today for the Saints, kind of love how Aaron Milam has set this up. Immel, Monzo, and Nishiwa, the 7, 8, 9. 3 guys that can definitely get the job done for Arroyo Seco. So we'll see how they're able to do today.
They send Nishiwa up to bat. Francisco has to check on first, and Immel sneaking off of it, but he'll return safely. Was a strike, though, so Nishiwa 0-1, 1 out. Nishiwa awaits the pitch from Ceramic. Ceramic will check on first instead, and Immel. Nishiwa, interestingly enough, from Hawaii. Always fun when you see someone from the islands coming over here.
So
oh,
jealous.
Absolutely. I mean, well, you being from Michigan, that's a distant dream. Immel over to second.
I was actually able to go to Hawaii this spring, and it shocked me how
beautiful.
nice. I mean, it shocked me how nice Los Angeles was. Coming here over in January. It's crazy to me that every single day can be nice out.
Yeah,
that doesn't happen in Michigan.
It does get nice. I will say, though, when it rains, it pours. I mean, the city shuts down when you get just a little bit of rain. Another check on first from Ceramic. Nishiwa still awaiting as he's behind 0-2. Yeah, Hawaii, a beautiful place. Got some ball players as well. Another player on this team, Levi Medella, also from Hawaii. And when he, such an interesting story we'll talk about, but Nishiwa fouls that one off back. Played at Golden West College. 32 games played, 291 average with a home run, 15 RBIs. Stole a couple bags too, certainly got some wheels from the first. Ceramic shakes off one. Says yes to the second. No balls, 2 strikes, 1 out. Runner on first. And Immel. Immel already tried to steal earlier as that bat, but Nishiwa forced to foul it off.
Yeah, Arroyo Seco, a team that's very aggressive on the base pass, tries to steal third a lot. They've been thrown out a few times already this season, but like to see Immel on the move. 1 out. Got Nishiwa at the plate. Base hit will definitely score Immel from second. He's got that speed.
And to say he went. So no balls, 3 strikes, a strikeout for Ceramic. Nishiwa won around. Lineup card turns over to Braden Flores. Only saw 1 pitch and didn't really see it, or to saw it hit him.
Didn't see it, he felt it.
Yeah, that's a good way to put it.
Used another one of the 5 senses.
Not a good feeling to get hit, but get a walk down 90 feet to first as Immel's on the move. Francisco guns him down. And that'll end the inning for the Oaks. What a throw from Francisco from behind the dish. Oaks get out of it clean for Ceramic. And we'll head to the bottom of the second. Oaks looking to tack on more, up 3-0.
Now batting, number 1, Brandon Contreras.
Colin Caicedo back out here for the second after giving up 3 runs in the bottom of the first. And the Oaks went 1 through 9 last inning, so it's back to Contreras for already his second at-bat of the game. Caicedo to home. Contreras high, popped. Third base line under it is Immel, able to shade off the sun, make the catch for the first out. Positive start to the inning for Caicedo.
Yeah, you love to see him just come out and attack right away. These Arroyo Seco pitchers, despite not having fantastic first innings, they've been able to bounce back really nicely. That's one thing about this Saints pitching staff that has done fantastic is they've been able to still grab some length out of their starters despite some struggles here early on this season. Able to just attack that first hitter, Contreras, get the out. Immel, of course, a little bit of trouble with it down that third base line, always tailing into fair territory for some reason, but able to stick with it, make the play.
The wind that was pretty decent gusts earlier. It's kind of died down a bit with the sun coming out. That one down to third. Immel gloves it across the diamond to first. That's gloved by Monzo. So 2 quick outs for Caicedo. Talk about the bounce back. That's a way to do it.
Yeah, and you talk about the hot corner. The hot corner this season has been fantastic. We've seen 4 different guys play there. Immel, Freer, Flores, and Bryce Robinette, who's in right field today. All done just a fantastic job over there at third base. Robinette, who's stuck in right field today, he's made some fantastic plays at third base this season. Couple of diving plays, couple of really nice picks. So the hot corner has been locked down for Arroyo Seco this season.
Tyson Reese up to bat, takes first pitch strike. 2 outs. Last time the Oaks had 2 outs last inning. They got those 3 runs across. They know how to bounce back. But Reese was a strikeout victim of Caicedo last time up. Over to first. Monzo hopping. Grabs it. So 1, 2, 3 go down the Oaks. Economical from Caicedo. And we'll head to the top of the third and see what's happening here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. New pitcher for the Oaks as we head into the top of the third. It's Thomas Novak on the bump. Southpaw ready to take this third. Caden Ceramic ends his day of 2 innings pitched. No runs came across, no hits. Did hit a couple batters, but still escaped unscathed. But Novak up to pitch. Up to hit, Braden Flores. Made a great play at second earlier this game. Was up last inning, but Immel caught stealing from a dart from Francisco.
Yeah, I mean,
dish.
That was a ridiculous throw. New pitcher on the mound, Thomas Novak. Couple innings pitched against Academy. It was a 5-4 victory, so very clutch innings from him. 2 innings, gave up just 1 run, so definitely a guy that can lock it down for Conejo. And with a 3-0 lead, definitely the time to bring out one of your top arms from the bullpen. Keep Arroyo Seco at bay. Try to tack on a few more before getting into the late innings of this one.
2 balls, no strikes, no outs. Flores awaits. Lefty breaking ball. Just goes inside. Almost hits the dirt to Flores, so he's at 3-0.
And of course, we apologize to our viewers, still struggling with the video a little bit, trying to troubleshoot, get it back up and going. Our whole team working so hard. Luke, Karina, just putting in the work, trying to get these cameras right, as that's ball 4 to Flores.
Flores will take his walk down, and we really have a talented and hardworking staff with us.
Oh, goodness. Just every day. You can't imagine what goes on behind the scenes just to, you know, get here and put on these types of broadcasts, these types of games. Of course, the players have been fantastic all year, too. Just love being around this Arroyo Seco team. And
Nick, the rest of our broadcast interns here, the Arroyo Seco Saints, just 1% of what really happens. I mean,
yeah.
The other 99% is the amazing staff, the team, everything. Looking to put on a great show for you folks watching at home. 1 ball, no strikes. Runner on first gets checked on. It's Flores having to let's get skedaddle back. Up as well as Robinette, who got hit by a pitch last time up. Had 1-0. No outs in the top of the third. Firm strike, outer part of the plate. 1-1. Thomas Novak, the lefty from Malibu, California. Not too far from here. Used to this kind of windy, beachy-like weather from Malibu. Novak inside. And again, Francisco. Another dart. That one slightly off, but in time enough to get Flores. That's the first out of the inning. Another second one caught from Brady Francisco.
Yeah, my goodness. Francisco, absolutely money throws. His pop time has to be just fantastic. So quick down to second base. Flores didn't even get a bad jump. He's got a lot of speed on him. That throw a little to the right side of the bag. Dished out nicely over there at short by Mora.
The aggressive tendencies of the Saints. Sometimes it pays off, but so far today, it's bit them. That was the first out of the inning. Robinette still ahead, 3-1. Awaiting the pitch from Novak. Lefty-righty matchup, I might add. That one high, popped, foul. Down the side. Novak will take some time. Francisco will give him that time. Now reset. It's 3-2, 1 out. Robinette into that low stance. Awaits the pitch from the lefty. That one low. He knew it. Walks down to first. Robinette gets on.
Now batting, number 4, Jacob Freer.
Now up, Jacob Freer. Struck out last time, was a strikeout victim. First of the day of 2 for Caden Ceramic. For not a guy that strikes out all too much, has a pretty good eye. Wasn't able to win the battle. The new pitcher is a lefty-lefty matchup, though. So the advantage, just from that essence, goes to Novak on the bump. Has to check on first, too. Robinette gets back safely. No balls, no strikes. Runner on first, 1 out. Via caught stealing from Francisco. Breaking ball outside. Ray Francisco takes a 2-step up out of his squat just to make sure the runner won't advance in any way. How aggressive the Saints are on the base paths. Have to be careful of, the lefty pitcher checking back to first. Certainly easier than the righty having to go across. To home, in the middle of the zone for a strike. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out in the inning.
Yeah, and the Saints have already been picked off one time. Sam Birchie of the San Diego Bombers able to dish out a pickoff at first base. So some of these lefties have really good moves, really deceptive moves. So far, Novak hasn't been able to dish out a pickoff of his own.
Francisco has to lunge to his left for that. 2 balls, 2 strikes. So Novak, it's a bit outside right there. Talk about where he's from. Also plays his college ball at Chandler Gilbert College. 15 appearances, an 11.68 ERA, but 17 strikeouts in those 12 1/3 innings pitched this past spring. 2-1, 1 out. Freer, bat comes off the shoulder, but not far at all. Count goes 3-1. Freer will take his time getting back in the box. And Novak just starts his motion too early. Have to establish the eye contact. Freer certainly taking a business day. Now ready to go. Novak to home. Bottom part of the zone, a strike. Freer on the fence if that was a strike, but has to dig back in. It's a full count, 3-2. Another full count in the inning. One out as well with a runner on first for the Saints. Lefty, lefty, Novak to Freer. Runner goes. Francisco can't get up in time. Stolen base for Bryce Robinette. He's at second. Didn't really matter, though. It was a walk anyways. So Freer stands on first, too.
And again, that looked like a scenario where Francisco, if that's strike 3, that looked like a strike him out, throw him out. Francisco ready to go, pops up quickly. But luckily for Arroyo Seco, the walk. And now 2 runners on for Cannon King. Big opportunity here to get on the board, put a little pressure on Conejo here.
No balls, no strikes, 1 out to Cannon King in this 4-hole for Arroyo Seco. 3 walks in a row, consecutive for Novak, so not the way you want to start your outing. And it will be bases loaded, but Flores caught stealing to make the first out of the inning. 0-1, runners go, through to third, spiked, and he'll advance all the way to home, runner to third and to home. Saints get 1, oh, he's going all the way, and he's safe. Didn't notice, but heads up base running for the Arroyo Seco Saints. They get back 2. A wild throw trying to get the runner at third. Goes all the way down the foul line. 2-run score for the Saints.
Yeah, and that's aggressive base running from the Saints, and it pays off right there. Robinette takes off for third. Smartly Freer right behind him. Throws kind of spiked down that left field line. Robinette, of course, going to take the turn at third, but Jacob Freer heads up. Took that turn, no hesitation. And Arroyo Seco picking up 2 huge runs, cutting this deficit to just 1 here in the 3rd inning after really struggling so far in this one.
I thought it would just be 1 with Robinette moving to third. Double steal was on. Francisco almost had a chance at third, but spiked it like we said, and then from there the 2 runs scored.
And still no hits for the Saints. So it's a 3-2 ball game. No hits for Arroyo Seco.
You take whatever you can get, but on the board within 1 now in this top of the 3rd, Cannon King at 3-1, 1 out. Fouls one straight back. Sent some haulers through the crowd, that one. Foul back at a high speed.
Thank goodness for chain link fences.
Oh,
right?
yeah. Shout out the chain.
Holy.
Great song, by the way. 3-2 count to Cannon King. That one behind King. The breaking ball just didn't break whatsoever, so King stands at first. A runner on again for the Saints with 1 out.
Yeah, Arroyo Seco hasn't really had trouble getting runners on base. Of course, bases loaded in the 1st inning. Runners on 2nd and 3rd, able to come around on a wild throw, but been able to do it without getting a base hit. So, I mean, in this type of game, you need to take advantage. 2 runs already across with no hits. Once you start hitting the ball, putting the ball in play, finding grass in the outfield, then it starts to get a little bit more exciting for Arroyo Seco. But still in this one, down 3-2. Been taking advantage of what Conejo has been able to give them on the mound with the walks. Not in that 1st inning, but here in the 3rd, good signs for Arroyo Seco. You know, when you start getting into a lull, not being able to hit with runners in scoring position, you need something to be able to jolt your team a little bit. So the aggressive base running pays off. Now just down by 1. Perfect opportunity. And Carson Panarisi, who's been hot lately, ready to go.
Reach view of the hit by pitch. Last time up, but 4 consecutive walks for Thomas Novak. 1 ball, no strikes, 1 out. Is that first pitch from Novak to the righty was that side of the zone. Novak to home. That one high. Panarisi a little bit inside, gave a look to the umpire. He didn't like how inside that was. So now 2 balls, no strikes with 1 out. Novak to home. Swings through. And Panarisi won all of it, got none of it. 2-1. One out. Scores 2-3 in this top of the third after an errant throw from Francisco behind the dish. Panarisi swings through again. The count's now 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Carson Panarisi. Novak nods to the pitch, will deliver the 2-2 pitch. Another swing and a miss. This one will be the third, so a strikeout for Thomas Novak. First time not walking a batter in this inning.
Number 19, Evan Ryder.
That's a good sense of calm for the lefty. We'll bring up Evan Ryder now, who grounded out to second last time up. Lefty to the righty. Ryder standing in, takes that first pitch. High for a ball, it's 1-0. Delivered low. And Blue behind the dish. Didn't even bat an eye. Was still down in that squat watching that one in. Knew that was a ball all the way, but seemed to be a fastball just low and inside. 2-0, 2 outs. Now 1 high to the 3-0. And down at first, Cannon King messing around with Thomas Novak. He's going off the bag, but he's waving his arm a bit with a smile on his face. The lefty can certainly see as he has a direct view of first. He's grinning ear to ear down there at first. Now on a strike, delayed call. 3 balls, 1 strike, 2 outs to Ryder.
Yeah, I love the mind games down there at first base by Cannon King. Just kind of flicking that right arm out when him and Novak make eye contact. Trying to get into his head a little bit.
3-1. Now 1. Carrying into right center. Keeps on going towards the hill, and it'll fall. Coming around third is King. Going towards home. He'll be safe, and at third stands Ryder, so a triple for Evan Ryder. Saints bring this level 3-3.
Yeah, and you're just waiting for a big hit, and Evan Ryder gets a pitch to hit on the 3-1 count. Right center cut. Just drills it, misses none of it. And a lot of ballparks that's off the wall or maybe a home run, but at this ballpark, over that hill in deep right center field. Long run for Medhurst. Made a good effort, but wasn't able to get there. Easy for Cannon King to score from first base, but Ryder with his speed pulling into third, standing up. Exactly what Arroyo Seco needed in the right moment. Big hits when they matter. This game's all even, and now you got a guy 90 feet away, Dylan Immel, one of your go-to guys in this order at the dish. So big moment here for Arroyo Seco, and what is going to be a big game. Losers of 4 straight, needing a bounce back today. 2-5 on this early season, but you know, once you get behind that 500 mark early in the year, it gets tougher and tougher, especially with just 39 games in the season, the CCL. So big one today, and Arroyo Seco up for the challenge here in the third inning after being down early.
1-0 on the road are the Saints. One at Academy down in Compton earlier this year. Looking to notch another away win, but it's 3-3 early days, but already competitive. That one, backspin on it towards third is fielded, and it's called safe. So the play from Whitco not in time. Great speed going down in Immel. We know what he has in the legs. So he'll be safe at first. 2 out base hitting, and the Saints will take the lead as Ryder crosses home.
Yeah, and you see the variations of how you can get a base hit in baseball. Ryder with an absolute drive to center field, and then Immel gets jammed up, has to just shove it to that left side. A little too slow for Whitcow to get up with it, make that throw to first base. Immel, of course, got a lot of wheels on him, and now Arroyo Seco in control of this one, up 4-3. Big turnaround in this top of the third inning, and we've seen all the comebacks Arroyo Seco's had this season, but this one very important this afternoon to hang on to this 1-run lead.
Now it's 4-3 in the top of the third. 1 ball, no strikes, 2 outs. Juan Pablo Monzo saw 1 pitch last time up, flew out to center. This time's already seen 2 in both of them balls. Thomas Novak just hasn't had the control. Does have a strikeout this inning, but has walked 4, and then when he started getting in the zone, the Saints have found some life. Monzo takes outside. The Saints just keep on taking away, putting up great at-bats. That's something they got to take pride in. And it's paid off. 3 balls. Strike column is empty. 4 straight balls for Thomas Novak. He'll send Juan Pablo Monzo to first. So runners on first and second, now 2 outs.
Yeah, and this inning has completely turned on its head. Nishiwa, the 9th batter, up at the plate this inning. Of course, Oaks able to bat around in the first inning as well. So Arroyo Seco taking advantage of what Thomas Novak has given him, a lot of walks, but when the ball's been in the zone, they've been able to drive it.
Now is Nick Nishiwa. Struck out last time up. Righty behind 0-1, 2 outs. Runners on first and second for the Saints. Gets contact, fouls it straight back. Out of the park. This inning started with a Brain Flores walk. Got caught stealing later in the next at-bat from Bryce Robinette. But since then, Brady Francisco threw one away, an errant throw at third. 2 runs scored on that one. And after that, Novak struck out Panarisi to get his get back. But since then, Ryder, RBI triple. Then he scored later on a Dylan Immel infield single. That one struck out to center. Stopping on it is Medhurst, and he'll glove it. So the Saints, they go 1 through 9. And it'll end with Nick Nishiwa flying out to center. But nonetheless, they get 4. It's 4-3. Great job from the Saints, and we'll go to the bottom of the third, the Oaks. It's going to be a high-scoring one here in Ventura. pitch of the inning. Francisco has the chance to maybe bring him home. Swings through that one, though. Low pitch, Caicedo gets a swing and a miss. Oh, 1. Caicedo takes his time. Be ready to deliver. To home. Francisco takes it low. Breaking ball inside and low. One, no out. Runner on second in Jackson. Francisco takes it off the head and careens back towards us. Another Conejo Oak player hitting the head from Caicedo, but appears that Francisco's okay.
Yeah, gee whiz. 2 already, 2 scary ones already, but with a base open, not the worst thing for Caicedo. Opportunity to turn a double play, obviously. A lot of speed at the plate now with Medhurst, but opportunity for Arroyo Seco to maybe get a couple off the board. Still about throwing strikes for Caicedo. Only 6 hits on the board, 7 runs between both of these teams. It's just been tough for these pitchers to find the strike zone this afternoon.
They've really had to battle in these at-bats. Players up to bat are taking good pitches. His up is Luke Medhurst, the center fielder for Conejo. When Caicedo's gone in the zone, he's gotten some swing and miss and some pop-outs. Has certainly had the help of his infield. Curveball lands in. Goes 1-1, no out. It's bottom of the third. Score still 4-3. Runners on first and second for the Oaks. Caicedo set, deals. Gets a swing and a miss. Luke Medhurst swings through that one. Takes a walk around a batter's circle. He's behind 1-2. Caicedo to home. Swing and a miss. Gets him chasing away. A strikeout for Caicedo. Medhurst heads back to the dugout.
Yeah, and I like how Caicedo kind of noticed that Medhurst kind of pulling out a little bit on his swings, a little bit too early with that front shoulder. Goes outside, takes a little bit off of it. Medhurst, kind of a pull guy, swings just a little bit too early, able to get that first big out now. Double play in order to end the inning. Big moment here against Matthew Whitcow.
Had a single in this game. First time up in the first. As the second at bat takes first pitch. Strike is Whitco. Good walk-up song, too. It's always one of the fun things about coming out to the ballpark, seeing what all these guys want to walk out to.
Yeah.
Caicedo can't spot on the outside. What were you rocking?
What was I rocking back in the day?
What was your walk-up song?
I think the favorite one, my favorite one that I ever did was Low Rider.
Okay.
I rocked Low Rider for a year. That one was really fun.
Mm-hmm.
I know you weren't much of a ball player. No walkout songs for soccer.
No, I mean I played a season of high school ball. Got 3 at bats.
Okay.
Only heard my walk-up song once. I played it one time at home. It was "Real Gone" by Sheryl Crow from the movie Cars.
Oh, that's a classic.
It was pretty electric because solid sound system in our home stadium, so the sound was going left to right from our dugout to the first base dugout.
Oh.
When I was walking up there, got on base as that one's into center, and on it is Ryder. That's an out. Takes a little tumble, but gets the out nonetheless. Put your body in line. Why don't you? Gets the fly out, but 2 outs.
Yeah, it looked like he kind of tripped over himself right there after making an easy catch in center field, but good on Ryder to hang on to it, make sure he pulls that in for the second out of the inning. Now scary hitter Ryder Gordon coming up. Runners on first and second, 2 away. But this is an opportunity for Caicedo to really lock in, dial it up, and get this big third out. Keep Conejo off the board and keep Arroyo Seco in front.
Ryder Gordon up to bat. Like we're saying, Ryder survived the ground to get that second out. Caicedo, strong curveball, can't land in.
And Ryder Gordon plays at CMS, Claremont Mudscripts. 343 hitter this season, 14 bombs. Whew. CMS a 35-15 record this season too. Good season always, as normal for the Stags.
Solid program out there. The Claremont College is one of the solid teams out there.
And great academics too.
Absolutely.
Mudd, one of the hardest colleges to get into in the country.
So Ryder Gordon, smart individual as well. In the classroom and on the field. Caicedo has a step off to take a walk around. He's behind 2 balls, 1 strike. 2 outs in the inning with runners on first and second for the Oaks. Ryder Gordon awaits the righty. Caicedo to home. That one's in for a strike. Now 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. For Caicedo in the Saints defense. Another scoreless frame here. Could do so much for the Arroyo Seco. 2-2. Caicedo gets the swing and a miss. Pumped, walks out of the circle. And gets that strikeout. We'll head to the top of the 4th. Arroyo Seco Saints up 4-3. Back here on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network, Dylan Chesray alongside Nick Jepson. Nick Jepson's going to take us the next 3 innings here at Ventura College, and we also have a special interview with us.
Well, yeah, thank you, Dylan. We got James Letshaw on the mound now for Conejo, and joining us on the broadcast is the starting pitcher from yesterday's contest against the Orange County Riptide, as that one fouled off by Flores down the left field line. And that one's pulled in. My goodness, not a great view of that. Whitco able to make the catch over there in foul territory, and there's one down. Joe O'Regan is with us on the broadcast. We were discussing it earlier, trying not to mess up. I told myself, can't say Reagan, and I decided to say it. But we got Joe O'Regan with us. How you doing today, Joe?
I'm doing good. How about you?
Oh, just fantastic. It's a beautiful day here at Ventura College.
Yeah. You got no way to cut out the wind either going here behind us.
Yeah, no way to cut out the wind. It's been tough today as Robinette takes strike one on the outside corner. O'Regan yesterday with a fantastic outing, 6 innings, just 4 hits allowed, 1 earned. What was working yesterday, Joe?
The funny thing is it was probably my worst day in terms of stuff. Like there goes that one to the backstop and right in front of us too. Well, I didn't have a few things working either. I actually thought I felt a lot better against the Barons, which was my first start, and then you get to this start, and I had no feel for my changeup. I had borderline no feel for my slider. I spiked probably 3 of the 5 I threw. But hey, if you're down in the zone, it works every time. You can get outs anyway, anyhow, if you can put the ball on the ground.
Yeah, and I'm actually curious, what goes through your head on those days where, you can't be 100% every single day. You can't have all your stuff, in the book ready to go. So how do you adjust to those days, as that one's ball 3 inside, 3-1 to Robinette? How do you adjust on those days when you don't have all your stuff working?
Suck it up. Here we go. That's about the only way you can say that, really.
Yeah.
It's the whole, you know what, I don't got it, but oh well, I'm gonna have to toughen up, and I'm gonna have to work through this, no matter what's given. Heads up, bullpen.
Ooh, that one roped over down the
scorching.
right field line, almost
Screamer.
taking out the Conejo bullpen, and it's now 3-2 on Robinette.
They got 2 nets over there.
Well, for good reason, apparently.
In case it goes through the
Hey,
first
they knew that was
one.
coming.
Payoff fastball up.
Let's see, Robinette gets the fastball. That one popped up second base side. Calling for it is Lopez, and he'll make the catch. And 2 away in the top of the 4th. So, Joe, of course, you said you thought you pitched better against Academy, but still you went 6 innings yesterday, able to give great length for the Saints yesterday. So kind of, was there a plan to say maybe, hey, your first start, we're going to kind of let you settle in, only give you a few innings, and then let you ride as we go along on this season? Or is it just kind of like a day-by-day kind of thing?
No, it's a pitch count thing.
Okay.
Start by start. So the first start I had was 60 pitches. I threw 61 or 62. That one caught as my freer. It's 0-1. Second start, I was at 75 to 80. I went 88?
Okay.
I wasn't gonna get pulled, or 87. I wasn't gonna get pulled 5 2/3 considering the situation. And then next week, which right now lines up in Santa Barbara, I'm gonna go pretty much as a normal start.
Okay.
So 95, 100, whatever it might be.
Oh, okay. And I actually have a question kind of considering the entire roster. Do some guys have, limits on their pitch counts? Do some schools say, hey, we only want him to throw this many? Okay.
Definitely.
So do you have a limit on yourself or not right now?
Nope, because I'm not out of school right now.
Oh, yeah, that's a really good point. Yeah. Of course, O'Regan in the transfer portal, looking for a new home in the fall.
Mm-hmm.
But you were at Bakersfield.
Correct.
This past spring.
All right, who's the St. Mary's person here?
St. Mary's?
No,
that's Riley Horn.
Riley Horn.
That's Riley Horn. We've got University of
here?
Oregon and Syracuse on the call today.
Yeah. No, because he brought that up and he was like, yeah, he threw 1 inning against my Gales. And I'm like, okay, so he just blew over another outing I had. I threw 4 innings against him in a separate game.
He knew what he was doing. He knew he was trying to hide the information.
What he doesn't know is it was 10-2 Gales the second I came in that game in the 3rd inning. So that was lovely.
Was it a solid outing you put out there? Yeah.
Walked 4 people.
Oh, okay.
So no, but hey, I gave up only 2 runs over 4 innings against a team that made the regional and handed UCLA
Yeah,
2
quality team. Yeah.
Eliminated
The
what
number one
looked to
team
be
in the country.
the most unstoppable team we've seen in a few years here.
Yeah. I mean, that team's magical, but
Yeah.
after you look at that team in the not in the regional, in the Big Ten tournament, and they have 3 walk-off wins, I mean, luck's got to run out eventually.
Yeah, I mean,
Right.
How they beat Oregon, ridiculous. Not gonna. That's no
and
bias there.
Oregon and USC.
Yeah,
anyway,
true.
Just up and down the board. And then not having Gasparino game 1, and having a bunch of people injured, Aiden Aguayo, and you name it. I mean, yeah, of course it's going to get rough. And their ace, Logan Redmond, was hurt.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And anything can happen once you get to the NCAA tournament, obviously, as we've seen West Virginia make it to the
Troy.
field, Troy making it. It was Little Rock and Troy, the winner of that super regional, was going to go to Omaha. So
Slow won the regional as well. So
Yeah, Cal Poly's really good.
yeah,
They
good
were-
program.
They were really good. They gave me a lot of trouble when I faced them.
So a 3-2 count to Freer, 2 down, top of the 4th inning. Of course, Saints still lead this one 4-3 with that big top of the 3rd they had. That one missing inside. A 2-out walk to Jacob Freer, which now brings up Cannon King. And I've got a question for you about Cannon King. What is a guy like Cannon, especially in his first 2 games this season, what is a guy like that who can just drive the ball anywhere in the ballpark? What does that do for you guys in the dugout when he comes up?
Makes me throw down my yard card. I'm going to throw it down right here, too. So for the people that don't know what a yard card is, you basically get 1 a game. You pick a home run. It varies by team if you get it right or not. Like for us, we called it at Bakersfield. We called it the burrito bomb. you homered, you put a burrito bomb on someone, and the person, and per se, if the guy hits a home run, that person had to get you a burrito. So
Oh, okay.
How many burritos do you get?
1.
Love that.
You got a burrito?
I got 1 on a walk-off homer too.
Oh, gee.
Well, that's the way to do it.
That's-
What a call from you.
certainly.
Yeah.
Oh, certainly. And the thing was, it was first and second, nobody out. This is against UCSD also.
Oh, wow.
Cannon's going to be attending here in the fall. And we call an offensive timeout with our 3-hitter and Big West Freshman of the Year at the plate. And it's right back at us. It's 0-2. And he goes, and they call timeout, and I'm thinking, like, there's no way they're going to let him win here. There's no shot. So I throw my yard card down there, and then 2 pitches later, hanging curveball, probably the first ball I've ever seen. It legit maybe went 440.
Oh my.
Well, Cannon King hit one 423, 103 off the bat a couple nights ago against Academy.
Yeah, I mean, God only knows what that is with a metal bat.
Oh, gee whiz. As that one cut on and missed by King for the 3rd out of the inning. Saints able to string together a 2-out walk, but don't score anybody. You're listening to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. It's a 4-3 Saints lead as we enter the bottom of the fourth inning, and a new guy on the bump for Arroyo Seco, Cash Carroll. 6 shutout innings in his first appearance this season on last Sunday, week from today, against the San Diego Bombers. Were able to keep the the Bombers at bay as the Saints made a 7-run comeback, won that one 16-9. And he fires one inside, 1-0. Still have Joe O'Regan with us, and he was just telling us during the break, communications guy just like us, trying to get into broadcasting as well, so definitely a guy that's more than comfortable in the booth.
He'll be here for a little bit. No mind.
That one on the ground, Freer field in the hole. The throw across the diamond is in time.
Great play. Jacob Freer in the 5-6 hole, 2 hops. Had to get to a jump on that and straight off the back foot to Juan Pablo Monto with the stretch.
That was a beauty of a play, and this Saints infield today so far has been fantastic. Flores with a diving play at second base. So, Joe, actually, this is a perfect segue. How have you felt? How do you feel on the mound behind this Arroyo Seco defense that's played pretty fantastic this year?
Yeah.
I know, of course, you had an unearned run in your last appearance, but
that wasn't even on the guys behind him. That was a rare throwing error on Cam.
Yeah,
which I don't expect that to happen that much this year. No, but I mean, this team fields pretty good. If I'm able to give what is it? I had 18 outs and 15 of them were in the field of play. If I'm able to do that and have only 1 error per se in quotations, I got no problem with that. I'm fully confident in it.
And I'm curious, with the defense changing so much, we've seen Immel play third, short, and second. Robinette's played third. So how does that kind of change?
Second after being a third yesterday, yeah.
How does that change your approach on the mound, or does it?
Doesn't.
No.
I mean, all these guys are here for a reason, so I could trust them to field ground balls and field pop-ups or whatever it might be that's handed at them.
Yeah, does that make you just want to go attack mode, attack the zone, just knowing the defense you have behind you?
Well, I have to go attack mode regardless. If they give up a hit, if I give up a hit or an error, it's what it is. Like, at least I can work through hitters. The one thing I despise, and like you can ask any of the teammates this that I asked this, is I can't stand walking people. Mm-hmm. It was the one problem I had during my junior year this past season, and I'm like, I can't stand walks because it takes the defense completely out of the game. Mm-hmm. They don't earn anything, and you're basically saying, here you go, here's a free base runner, let's see if you can do it. It's almost like going to the casino and just getting a free play.
That one, bouncer to Carroll on the mound. He'll flip to first for the second out of the inning. 2 quick outs for Cash Carroll.
Kids rolling right now. The fastball looks free and easy for him.
Now batting, number 10, Nate.
That one there, fastball at the bottom half of the zone, top of the knees. With 2 strikes, there's not much you can really do with that, especially with the breaking ball he's been able to show as well.
Yeah, I mean, talk about it, 6 innings pitch, amazing earlier this season. What's it been being just something,
being in
just with around him,
around
how great he's been.
Oh, it was sick.
Yeah.
Oh, it was awesome.
Yeah, how good did that win feel? Coming back from 7 down, my goodness.
14 unanswered. Is
unbelievable.
That what that was?
Yeah.
Ridiculous. It was euphoric, dare I say. It was awesome.
Love that,
because that when we play affiliated teams, like we had already lost to the San Diego Waves on opening night, and we're like, dude, the affiliated teams, I know this doesn't count against us, but we need to win against these teams. Like these are must-win games. These are almost free wins being handed to us. It's not to discourage those teams because those teams actually do have some talent on them, but for us, like those are games that we have just no business losing, and then offense just out of nowhere. Here's 5, here's 3, here's 4, here's 7, and then next thing you know, you've got 16 runs on the board, and thank you very much. That game's wraps.
That ball fouled off to the backstop by Lopez.
Yeah.
Deuce is wild. So what's your mindset in those types of games? I know obviously you're not one of the guys that's going to be in the box or anything, but what was kind of the vibe of the team? You can't get it all back with one swing clearly, but just chip away? What's kind of the mindset?
I mean, if you go one at a time, it adds up. I mean, there's a swing and a miss. I'll take that part over. Cash Carroll, 1, 2, 3 inning. We'll take it to the top of the 5th. I'll be back along with these two guys.
Welcome back to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Carson Panarisi stepping in to begin the top of the 5th inning. Still 4-3 Saints. Pretty quick 4th inning, but Joe O'Regan still with us. Gave us a nice little outro on Cash Carroll's 1-2-3 inning.
Make that 7 scoreless innings for him. First one on Panarisi's up and away. It's a 1-0. There's a guy that needs to get going for the Saints right now. This is a guy that's kind of just random bad hitting luck these first few games. He needs a hit. He needs an extra base hit. He needs a big swing.
Yeah.
He's got to get going.
Yeah, and we saw yesterday Owen Mangini kind of starting to get going too a little bit. Slow start for him, but he's taking good hacks even when he's striking out, but finally finding the outfield yesterday a couple of times. 2 base hits for him.
Yeah, I mean, God forbid when that guy gets hot. we watched him take batting practice, and it's just boom, boom, and boom, and boom, and boom. Not trying to take anyone's eardrums off, so I'm going to tone down a little bit here.
2-1 to Panarisi is
right up the chute and out of play. It's going to hit the press box.
Yep.
Oh. You got to go get yourself a foul ball, Joe. They give you free candy if you bring in a foul ball to the snack shack.
Nah, I don't need that. I don't need that. To be honest, I would actually probably run it back into the dugout and throw it back over there myself. 2-2 on number 2. Panarisi to left field. Is that going to stay fair?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, it is. It's off the wall. The potential big swing for Panarisi?
You need to be on the mic every time.
We need you on. That's it.
Maybe.
That one off the base of the wall. This is a pretty deep field, too. That could have been a home run in another ballpark.
Definitely not Jackie Robinson.
Definitely not down the left field line. 374 over there.
I mean, that's just a dream for a pitcher. For a hitter, it's a nightmare.
Oh, gee whiz, yeah. How do you feel pitching with a 374 fence?
Fastballs into righties all day. And the funny thing is, that's one of the things I struggled with yesterday too, and I got away with it a fair amount.
Was throwing fastballs inside.
Yeah.
You're saying?
A lot of them leak back over the middle.
Evan Ryder, foul tip into the glove. So nobody out, and Panarisi sits on second. Ryder at the plate, and an opportunity for Arroyo Seco to grab a little bit of insurance. Of course, Cash Carroll so far this season, like Joe said, 7 shutout innings. So if you can get some length from him, would be a very positive sign in this one, with the Saints in front by 1.
And given how quote-unquote used up the bullpen has been these past few games as well. It helps having the 2 off days, but considering, I don't want to say it's inexperience, but the lack of experience, because these guys are all pitchers after all.
Yeah.
Of the whole one-day turnaround thing, it can be tough. It can be very tough at times.
That one hit on the ground to third. Fielded cleanly. Whitco.
Wow.
Throw to first is in time. And Panarisi takes third. What a heads-up play by Carson Panarisi. Waited until Whitco threw it across the diamond and took off for third. So now runner 90 feet away for Dylan Immel with just 1 away.
I mean, shut me down here if I start getting too crazy, but if you're Matthew Whitco on that, how are you not running him back to second? He was probably 30 or 35 feet off the bat.
Oh, he was well off, yeah.
I mean, that's a ball in front of him, and he just handed him third on that. And now Dylan Immel's got a golden chance to extend the Saints' lead.
Infield is in for the Oaks.
Outside.
And Dylan Immel, a guy that can get it done everywhere. Fantastic. Batting 7th today, but has batted leadoff, batted 9th, batted 8th. Just a real
Pretty
team
much
player.
seen everywhere except the heart of the order. That one's lined at Whitco for round number 2.
So Whitco able to make another play there. That one lined right to him. And similar yesterday, Immel lined one to second base, but it was a diving play.
What a play that was, too.
By Barth.
Yep.
For the
Saints
Riptide.
have struggled to get 2-out magic, 2-out hits. Let's see if JP, Juan Pablo Monzo, can do something. Try to reverse course, change the fortune.
Just catching the outside black for strike 1. Juan Pablo Monzo had a bases clearing double in the first game of the season against the Waves with the bases loaded. 3 RBIs for him in that one.
Yeah, that came late in the game too.
That one popped up.
First
Right
base
side.
That's bullpen bound. And out of play.
Surprised he didn't crash through the fencing to grab that one.
Well, they've got a fence and 2 screens up.
Well, I mean, what were you expecting the first baseman to do? Just
No.
Anthony Rizzo, it's full headlong dive. I mean, I could say Derek Jeter all I want for him going face first into the seats in 2004, but my goodness. Monzo, the short, gathered, bobbled throw across is in time, and the Saints strand another runner in scoring position. We'll head to the bottom of the 5th. The Saints still lead 4-3 on the Arroyo Seco Saints Baseball Network.
Yes.
Welcome back to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Of course, still some video issues today, but still Saints with a 4-3 lead as we enter the bottom of the 5th inning. And Tyson Reese stepping in to face Cash Carroll after a 1-2-3 inning. Cash has been money through his first 7 innings pitched this season.
See what you did there.
I took that one from my broadcast partner, Max Langer, as that one's fouled off down the right field line.
Good broadcasting, just taken. That's it.
Hey, game recognizes game on that one.
Exactly. Inspiration.
Certainly.
Reese in an 0-1 count. Kicks and fires. That one inside, and it's 1-1. So
Looked like a fastball variation on that one. It didn't look like a four-seam as much as he really carries his four-seam. That looked more cutter to maybe a slider, potentially. I mean, it's bad that I'm teammates of these guys, and I don't kind of like know that. Well, I know that was a breaking ball.
well, I mean, you know, you guys don't have much time to kind of get into the rhythm and start playing games. I mean,
we had 3 days. Yeah, 3 days to get it together, and then boom, opening night.
yeah, and you know,
How do you prepare for that?
How well was
I don't know.
that turnaround?
That's
Yeah.
my question to you.
Just go with the flow, and it's all right. Here we go, opening night.
How do you kind of bond with these guys quickly? Because I know you guys live with each other. Do you
Yeah.
just hang out and
I don't, but they're definitely around each other a lot more than per se I am.
Okay.
So a lot of these guys have bonded that way. Change up, foul ball.
rip down the right field line, but long foul ball, and it's 2-2.
Got him enough off the end of the bat on that one. A little bit out in front on that one, Reese was. I mean, you've got Monzo pretty tight to the right, to the first base line. You've got, no, it's not King in right field. He's DHing today. Bryce Robinette in right field as well there.
Same
That
spot.
one's foul. That's
Holy.
foul. I mean, borderline a carbon copy, just a different pitch.
Hey, Blues got to watch out down there. They got to move out of the way swiftly.
Yep.
We've seen some umpires get butchered this year. Gee whiz. Friday night, our home plate umpire hit with a few foul balls in the face and the wrist.
In the span of 3 pitches at times.
Oh, gee whiz.
Yeah, just wasn't fun. Outside. It's a good spot there. Count runs full.
So, Joe, one thing I noticed about you is you work pretty quickly on the mound. You have a very quick rhythm, and what I learned as an infielder, of course not at this level, but as an infielder, I loved when my pitcher had a very quick rhythm because you never were able to take pitches off. You're always ready to go. As that one flied to center field, Ryder underneath it, can of corn, and there's one away. So kind of is the strategy of playing with that rhythm to try to keep your defense involved, or is that just for you on the mound?
No, it's the one thing I kind of preach like around these guys, like going back to the last thing when I was saying I hate walking people.
Yeah.
Because it takes the defense out of the game. You get on your heels, and that can be the difference for me between a diving play and a single per se. I like working quick too because that keeps everybody on their toes, and that also applies to the offensive aspect of things. If you're engaged in the game defensively, it's going to be a lot easier to pick things up with the sticks.
Yeah, and it makes it tougher on opposing hitters, you know, to work quickly like that.
Yeah, and another thing is you don't have the pitch clock here either. So
Yeah.
So you get to kind of go at your own pace. As long as the guy's eyes are up, you're set. And Evan Ryder's a busy man. Pardon my French.
That one caught in center by Ryder, and there's 2 away for Luke Medhurst. Excuse me, Brady Francisco. It was Medhurst who will be on deck. He went to get the bat.
Yep.
So Francisco, who's thrown out a couple guys on the base paths, now stepping in. Gee whiz, Joe. 2 perfect throws from Brady Francisco today to gun out.
Yeah.
Flores and
Flores and who was the other one at second?
Himmel, maybe?
It was
Himmel.
Yeah, and they both got pretty good jumps on that on those 2. And then you get the one throw to third.
Yeah.
that he, I mean, do I want to say Gronk spiked? I mean, hey, we'll take the 2 runs any way we can get them, right?
Yeah. And did that kind of help, you know, of course, offense only 2 runs yesterday, but that was the jump start to what was a big inning for you guys. Popped
Braden
up.
Flores underneath it, and he'll squeeze it. 6 up, 6 down for Cash Carroll. We'll head to the 6th.
Welcome back to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. We're back for the 6th inning of action where a new pitcher in for the Oaks, Kyle Zahn, sophomore from Simi Valley and another Ventura College guy. We thank Joe O'Regan for coming on and talking to us for a couple of innings, giving us some insight on the Saints and doing a little play-by-play himself.
Yeah, I mean, Joe's a broadcaster in his own right, is telling us at Bakersfield, gets some reps, does a, he said, hockey podcast as well.
Yeah. And
works some media for the LA Kings minor league affiliate in Ontario. So he's one with the media, and we heard him on the mic. Pretty electric.
Really a jack of all trades.
Yeah, I mean, out there throwing 6 innings of great ball yesterday. Next day, broadcasting for 2 innings with us.
First pitch from Kyle Zahn misses low, and it's 1-0. Nick Nishiwa stepping in. It'll be Nishiwa followed by Braden Flores and Bryce Robinette in the top of the 6th inning. 4-3 Saints. 3 runs in the bottom of the 1st inning for Conejo. Then the Saints able to strike back in the 3rd inning with 4 of their own. Nishiwa pops it up right side. Coming in on it is Contreras, and he just is able to make the catch in right field. Went down to a knee, battling that sun until the last second to make the play, and there's 1 away for Braden Flores.
Yeah, the ball's in the air a lot today, I'm noticing. A lot of pop-ups. We're noticing when Joe was on, so many pop-ups, about 4 or 5 in those 2 innings. That one just flown to right.
Yeah, and with the wind today, the scorching sun, that's right in the viewpoint of all these outfielders with the sun being behind home plate in the afternoon here. Almost impossible to see the ball as Zahn fires ball 1 low to Flores. Saints now 3 hits, but have been out-hit by Conejo, but lead them on the scoreboard. 3 hits for the Saints, 4 for Conejo. Next pitch is driven deep to left center. That one's going to get down and roll up onto the hill. Flores on his way to second. Rounding second. He's going to get third. Flores is pulling up into third base, sliding. Didn't need to. And a 1-out triple for Arroyo Seco.
So what a piece of hitting from Flores. And even how deep this park is, that is landing anywhere. That's beautiful. Getting to third right there. You talked about going up the hill. An uphill battle So to say for Medhurst to get that one, that was an easy triple, easy as you like. Probably one of the easiest he'll have in his career.
Yeah, when you hit balls in the gap and it rolls up that hill at this field at Ventura, it's so scary for these outfielders as Robinette steps in. First pitch swinging, bounces that one to short. Mora makes the play, throw on to first is in time. Flores stays put at third base as the Conejo defense was in on that play. So now 2 away, and Jacob Freer stepping in for Arroyo Seco with a runner on third.
That's a great play from Mora as well. Flores just bouncing off of third, has to check him, and he'll return back to third as he got out at first.
And we saw last inning, of course, Joe O'Regan told us that Whitco should have walked back the runner to second base, Panarisi, who took third easily, as Freer fouls that one back, and it's 0-1. But right there, really nice play by Zach Mora to keep Flores at bay, who was waiting to see that one through. So 0-1 to Freer, 0 for 1 today for Jacob with a strikeout, but also has walked twice, come around to score in that third inning. Takes ball one outside, and it's 1-1. Wind still blowing towards left field. Freer in a 1-1 count. Zahn set, he'll fire, and that one in the dirt, stopped nicely by Francisco, but 2-1 now to Jacob Freer. The lefty, it'll be Freer. On deck is Cannon King if we get there. Heart of the order for Arroyo Seco. The 2-1 pitch from Zahn is up high, and it's 3-1 to Freer. So a little bit of trouble for Zahn after getting a couple of quick outs. Freer pops that one up left side of the infield. Mora underneath it. He'll call for it. Onto his back foot, and he'll make the catch to end the inning. So a Braden Flores triple is stranded at third base. We'll send you to the 7th inning from Ventura College here on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to Ventura College. Conejo and Arroyo Seco. Saints lead this one 4-3 as we enter the bottom of the 6th inning, and Luke Medhurst stepping in to face Cash Carroll. 6 up, 6 down for Cash. He's been fantastic this year and starts off Medhurst with a curveball on the inside corner for strike 1. Now 8 innings out of the bullpen for Carroll. All shutout innings so far. The 0-1 to Medhurst. High and inside. He'll back out of the way, and it's 1-1. Of course, some video issues today from your Saints streaming network, so we'll keep it on the radio for you today. Of course, 4-3 ball game. Saints lead, 1-1 count to Luke Medhurst. That one just catching the bottom part of the plate, and it's 1-2 now.
The fastball is looking very lively. That one was a changeup, just done so well, layering them, tunneling them together. He finds the zone as well. That's the biggest thing.
Carroll pounding the zone, the 1-2. Swung on, hit to left field. Chasing after it is Panarisi, and that one will go foul. We apologize, not the best view of that left field corner this afternoon, so some delayed calls quite possibly.
We'll get you it though. By the end of the play, you'll know what happened.
Oh, you'll know. Medhurst in a 1-2 count. Of course, no batting gloves. Always scary when you're facing these hitters. The 1-2 is roped into left field for a base hit. Medhurst gets a high fastball and smokes it over Jacob Freer's head, and he's on base with nobody away.
You already know the hands are reverberating after that one. A strong swing, sees that high pitch. It's way out of the reach of Freer if you want to make a play on it.
So a 2-for-3 day for Luke Medhurst so far. And now Matthew Whitko stepping in. Medhurst on first base runner of the day against Cash Carroll. Carroll kicks and delivers. Curveball is roped into right field for a base hit. Medhurst going to put the brakes on at second base, but Matthew Whitko gets on board with a base hit. 2 pitches and 2 base hits. Now for Ryder Gordon with nobody away. Conejo threatening, down just 1.
Piecing together some hits, giving Cash Carroll some trouble. And that one, just another great swing. It finds the perfect hole between 3 and 4.
And here comes Ryder Gordon, number 6, playing a song by a guy from the 6, Drake. We talked about walk-up songs. You know, there's 2 ways to go. There's, the fun version. You go, California Girls by Katy Perry type of vibe, and then you go the cool vibe, Drake, Travis Scott. What's your vibe? Are you more a cool guy, or are you trying to go up there feeling loose and playing a fun song?
Well, I mean, since I wasn't really a serious player, I always went for fun because we got a choice of our songs, and I said I did Real Gone by Sheryl Crow. That's carried with me into intramural softball in college. But some other songs have gone in there. Headlines, I think, got a game, took it off because played terribly with this. So I think Real Gone is what we're going to have to stick with, but I mean, for a guy like me, you just can't be taking it too seriously.
Yeah. No, I'm in the same boat. I'm not going to wow anybody with the type of play I have on the field, so why not have fun? It's a 1-1 count to Gordon. It was a first pitch strike that he looked at, and then a ball in the dirt from Carroll. Runners on first and second. Medhurst stands on second. Whitko on first. Nobody away in the bottom of the 6th inning of a 4-3 ball game. Arroyo Seco in front. The 1-1 from Carroll. Drops in the curveball, just missing. Just a little bit low, it seems, and it's 2-1 now to Gordon.
I will say, though, one of the best walk-up songs I've seen one of my teammates have, who actually plays in this league. I played with them in high school. Is La Mama by El Alfa. That one's still in my head. It's a great one.
The 2-1 is fouled back by Gordon, and it's 2-2. More kids chasing after those foul balls with free candy at stake today at Ventura College. So a 2-2 count upcoming to Gordon. Big pitch. 2 runners on base. Cash Carroll with an opportunity to take care of Gordon. Of course, 8 shutout innings, trying to keep that streak alive and make it 9. The pitch swing and a miss. Gordon gets crossed up a little bit by Cash Carroll, and Cash is money for the first out of the inning.
Great breaking ball as well, just going away. Maybe some sort of slider variation. It's a great pitch to go to right there. Crucial first out. So they go down to the 9-hole, Zach Mora.
So Mora steps in, runners on first and second, Medhurst on second, Whitko on first. Carroll comes set, 1 away. trying to roll up a double play ball. Runners take off. Throw down to second is not in time. Both runners take off. Medhurst had a perfect jump to get to third base. Nishiwa made the smart play and threw down to second to try to get Whitco, but not in time. So now runners on second and third with one away.
He got it there in time, just not on the right line. Needed to get it down towards the bag to make the tag easier. Smart double steal, though.
Infield in and a 1-0 count to Zach Mora. Toes on the grass for Arroyo Seco. The 1-0. Swing, fly ball, right field. Robinette underneath it. Tagging is Medhurst. He'll make the catch. Here comes Medhurst. The throw home is not going to be in time, and Conejo has tied this ball game up at 4. Perfect situational hitting from Zach Mora with the infield in, putting a fly ball into the outfield to bring across the 4th run of the game for the Oaks, and they've finally struck back after not scoring since the first inning.
That's all you need to do if you're the Oaks and more in that situation. Just get something in the outfield, and you'll have a runner 90 feet away. Have him cross 4, and they did.
Medhurst with plenty of speed. That ball wasn't hit super deep to Robinette, but able to get home. And now 2 away for Brandon Contreras, top of the order for the Oaks. Contreras today 0 for 2. Walked, came around to score back in the first inning.
It's following a 4 for 6 day where he had 2 RBIs versus the Bombers yesterday.
1-0 from Carroll on the outside corner. Strike 1, 1-1. Conejo, 4 runs on the board, had 3 in the bottom of the first inning, now 1 here in the bottom of the 6th. Whitco still 90 feet away with 2 away. So Contreras a chance to give Conejo the lead, but Cash Carroll trying to shut the door and keep this one tied. That one in the dirt, stopped by Nishiwa, and it's 2-1 now to Contreras. So Cash Carroll's scoreless streak ends at 8 1/3 innings. Was able to get the second out of the inning on the run that came around to score. But what a start to this season for Cash Carroll. 2-1 pitch to Contreras is ripped on a line over the head of Flores at second base and into right field for a base hit. Coming around to score is Whitco. And a big RBI base hit for Brandon Contreras to put the Oaks back on top. It's 5-4.
That was a picture-perfect swing as well. Super satisfying to watch from our point of view. Just gets over the glove of Flores, brings home the run. Contreras continuing that RBI mentality from yesterday.
Yeah, 4 for 6 yesterday and delivers what has been the biggest hit of the day up to this point. So now the Oaks in front 5-4. 5 runs on 7 hits. And 1 error made for Conejo. Runner takes off Contreras. Ball is high. Throw down to second is not in time. Great jump from Contreras, and he's in there easily.
Phenomenal jump and phenomenal speed. Got out there in a hurry, and Nishiwa opted to throw that one, but I don't think there was any chance of how much speed Contreras had going down to second.
So 1-0 count to Nate Lopez, the 2-hole hitter and second baseman today for Conejo. Saints 4 runs on 4 hits. Curveball fouled off, back behind home plate, and it's 1-1. Saints scored 2 runs in the 3rd inning without having to get a hit. We're able to get a couple base knocks in that inning to bring home the final 2 runs. But 5-4 Conejo here at Ventura College. Carroll's set. He's ready to go. Looks back at second. And he'll kick and fire. Swing and a miss. And it's 1-2 on Lopez. 1-2 count. Carroll makes a move back to second base. Contreras in there easily. That one looked like more of a formality to keep Brandon at bay. And now we'll see the 1-2 pitch from Carroll. Carroll's set. Looks in. Takes a peek back at second, and he'll go. The 1-2 is swung on and missed. Lopez goes down swinging, but Cash Carroll, his scoreless streak broken at 8 1/3 innings. The Oaks able to bring a couple runs across and jump back out in front. It's 5-4. We head to the 7th inning. Stick with us. Nick Jepson, Dylan DeCesare on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Welcome back to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Kyle Zahn back to the mound to try to take care of the Saints here in the top of the 7th inning. Nick Jepson, Dylan DeCesare with you all day here from Ventura College as Cannon King steps in. Zahn's first pitch to him is outside for ball 1. King today 0 for 2, walked and has struck out. Came around to score back in the 3rd inning. The 1-0 is caught on and missed. Big hack from King, but swings right through it, and it's 1-1. Wind is whipping here at Ventura College. It's been a tough day for the outfield, but not many mistakes. Wind whipping, sun right in the eyes. The 1-1 is in there for strike 2, 1-2.
Dirt with that wind starting to fly up a bit in the batter's box. It's just breezy ocean weather.
Making it difficult on the defense. The 1-2 to King is swung on and missed. Zahn goes change up, drops it off the face of the earth, and King is shut down for the 2nd time today by way of the K, and there's one out in the top of the 7th.
And when you have such a strong start to your season, when you seem to swing the bat and the ball just finds it, and you get into swing mode and you start missing it, it's a kind of an interesting feeling trying to piece together what else you can do, but have to chalk it up as another not amazing day.
Swinging a rip to right field by Panarisi, and that's in for a base hit. Carson will stay put at first base, but 2 hits today for Panarisi, and we heard it a couple innings ago. Joe O'Regan telling us a guy that needs to get going is Panarisi, and it looks like he's found his swing so far.
Yeah, saying that once he gets hot, just gave a whoo, knowing that when he gets the bats going, it's Carson Panarisi is going to be a dangerous player. Like I said, 2 base hits already. The other one, a scorcher to left field. Could have been out at maybe a couple other places. Not sure how the dimensions are.
Evan Ryder steps in and takes ball 1 inside. But Panarisi to right center and down the left field line. He's been able to take it where it's been given to him. Kyle Zahn has one out on the board. Panarisi sits on first. He'll check on him over there. In there safely. 1-0 count to Evan Ryder. Ryder today 1 for 3 with that triple and an RBI. Came around to score as well. That all in the 3rd inning. High and in. Ryder backs out of the way, and it's 2-0. Conejo able to jump back out in front in the bottom of the 6th inning. 2 runs. Makes this a 5-4 ball game. The 2-0 is right down the middle, and Ryder takes it for strike 1. Not a cloud in the sky today here at Ventura College, home of the Conejo Oaks. 2-1 pitch to Ryder is high and in again, and it's 3-1.
It's a beautiful day. I mean, this is great baseball weather. That's when you come to the CCL to get some of it.
5-2 record this season for Conejo. Flip that around, and Arroyo Seco sits at 2-5. That one driven in the air to right field. Underneath it is Contreras, has to come in a couple of steps, and he'll make the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. So Ryder is retired. Stepping up is Dylan Immel, and Carson Panarisi still sits on first base.
Now batting, number 9, Dylan Immel.
Conejo has been able to do it in every fashion this season. A close win against Orange County, 7-4. Also beat Philippines 6-4. Have lost 19-2 to Santa Barbara. And played some close games, blown out teams. So this back and forth affair is something that Conejo has seen multiple times before this season, as Dylan Immel fouls the first pitch away, 0-1. Immel at the hot corner today for Arroyo Seco. See a new guy there almost every game, it feels like. 0-1 from Zahn is outside, 1-1.
Yeah, they certainly know their options. Immel now playing 3rd. Flores at 2nd. But the ability to be a utility guy and work around the field, even the outfield as well, makes it more likely to get a good spot on a collegiate team.
1-1 is swung on and missed. And yeah, we've seen Bryce Robinette, who's in right field today. He's played 2nd base. He's played 3rd base. He's even played shortstop. So Aaron Milam moving his defense around, and it has paid off. The Saints have still played great defense. As Zahn stares down Immel. The 1-2 pitch. Runner on the move. Fouled back to the backstop by Immel. Panarisi will have to trot back to first base.
Just nicked the bottom of it. Need to foul that one off. That one was scorching through the zone.
Immel able to stick with it and force another pitch to be thrown. Panarisi a short lead off of first base, but with how Arroyo Seco gets their secondary with that shuffle, Zahn will check on him at first base. Of course, no disengagement rule in the Collegiate League. He can go back there 50 more times if he wants to. 1-2 count to Immel. Zahn comes set, kicks and fires. High and outside, 2-2. Deuce is wild. Here in the top of the 7th inning, 5-4 Conejo. Oaks able to jump back out in front in the bottom of the 6th inning. Kyle Zahn trying to put up another 0 on the board and keep this game 5-4. The 2-2 pitch is in the dirt, and it's 3-2 on Immel. Panarisi will be on the move with 2 away. Zahn set, fires, swing, fly ball down the left field line, and that one will get out of play. So Immel staying alive, and we'll do a 3-2 pitch again.
Now for Immel, it's just a matter of straightening it out. Got a solid beat on that one. Swing through the middle of the ball.
8th pitch of the at-bat upcoming from Zahn. He'll go, the 3-2. Swing fouled off again down the left field line.
Yeah, that one corked way foul. Had to lunge towards the outside corner of the zone to get it.
Good piece of hitting by Dylan Immel and a quality at-bat to go along with it.
Certainly survival mode.
3-2 pitch upcoming. Zahn kicks and deals. Swing and a miss. Immel down on strikes, and Kyle Zahn able to put up another 0 for Conejo and keep this game at 5-4 in favor of the Oaks. Nick Jepson, Dylan DeCesare with you on the Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Stay with us. Welcome back to Saints Baseball on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Tyson Reese going to step in to face Cash Carroll, who's into his fourth inning, that is, out of the pen. It's 5-4 Oaks.
So far for Carroll, 3 innings pitched, those 2 earned runs, so breaking that scoreless inning streak, but still pitching solid. 3 strikeouts, 44 total pitches.
First pitch is hit into right field, sinking down in front of Robinette. Takes a weird bounce, and on his way to second, sliding in safely is Tyson Reese. A leadoff double for Conejo.
That's one that Robinette just didn't get to in time. Don't think he got a good read on it. Thought it was going to stay up in the air more, but when it started dying, realized he had to run after it. No, it's not a great angle from the right fielder and Robinette.
Yeah, and then goes at it with the glove on the left hand, and it bounced to his right arm and went behind him. So easy pickings for Reese to get down to second base. So now Dylan Jackson, who had a 2 RBI triple in the first inning, now with an opportunity to pick up another RBI. Nobody away, and Reese sitting on second. Carroll makes a move back to second. He'll toss it over to Flores, but Reese was in there in plenty of time.
Reese, athletic guy, who saw the wheels go into second. Well, might not steal third, but has the frame to do so.
Has a pretty big lead out there at second base. Carroll takes a peek back at him. Another move to second. Back safely is Reese. This time a jump move. The first one, a leg up and come through move, and then that one, the spinorama, with Flores trying to meet him at the bag.
Just 180 whipped it around.
So Jackson yet to see a pitch. Carroll comes set. This time he'll deal. First pitch is swung on and missed by Jackson. Big hack, but came up with nothing.
Carroll's doing a great job just staying in the zone. He's given up those 2 runs, yes, but the swing and a miss, just good placement of some solid movement on those pitches, specifically that fastball. Has some horizontal to it today.
Long pause. Carroll kicks and deals. Jackson shows bunt and pulls back. Ball was in the dirt, and it's 1-1. Kind of a surprise bunt attempt from Dylan Jackson. And Nishiwa will walk the ball out to Carroll and give him a little talk. Cash, of course, not much trouble this season. Hasn't had a lot of traffic on the base paths, but today, these past 2 innings, the 6th and the 7th, he's had to deal with some pressure in big moments. Still a 1-run game in favor of the Oaks.
When that bunt came up from Jackson, wasn't expecting it. And we talked about it yesterday a little bit. When you put up the bunt, sometimes getting the head of the pitcher and then you end up spiking it. But I wouldn't mind a bunt here either from Jackson. Advance the runner, no outs. Wouldn't be unforeseen.
We'll see if the Oaks want to play a little bit of small ball. 1-1 count to Jackson. Carroll comes set after the meeting from Nishiwa. Kicks and fires. Bunt attempt again. He'll pull back yet again. That pitch high, and it's 2-1. So Jackson trying to initiate the sac bunt. Juan Pablo Manzo at first base playing on the grass, but still normal depth for Dylan Immel at third base. So this will be Cash Carroll's ball if it goes down the third base line. 2-1 pitch. Jackson will bunt. He'll pull back. Ball in the dirt, and it's 3-1. Carroll kicking himself. Wanted to give that one to Jackson over the plate so he could bunt it. And now it's 3-1 on Dylan Jackson. We'll see if Jackson's still trying to bunt here on a 3-1 count or if they give him the green light. Carroll looks back at second. One more time. Spin throw back to second, and it hits Reese in the back. That one's gotta hurt.
I'll stretch it out.
Gee whiz, right and on that right shoulder blade. On Jackson's back, but he's all good. So we'll see. A 3-1 pitch to Jackson. Carroll comes set. And he'll fire the 3-1. Bouncer foul. And the count is full to Jackson.
And watch your lips in the Saints dugout. That one chopping towards it.
Watch your lips?
You haven't heard that one?
No, I haven't heard that one. Does that just mean watch out?
Yeah, it means watch. That's what I was told. That's a
Watch your
saying you've heard. I don't know.
I was like, is it just going for people's faces? Like,
I think that's definitely where it originated from. But every time there was a chopper back to our dugout in high school, watch your lips. Get down.
Carroll makes a move to second, and Reese in there safely yet again. So Jackson has to wait a little bit longer for the payoff pitch. Carroll at the belt. Kicks and fires. The 3-2 is just low. Good spot from Cash Carroll. Tried to get Jackson looking at the knees, but it was just too low. And now Brady Francisco pulls in with nobody out and runners on first and second.
You mentioned a good pitch, good spot, but an even better take from Jackson. Saw that all the way in, and he knew it right away walking down to first.
So now stepping in is Brady Francisco, the catcher. For Conejo, 2 runners on, nobody away, 5-4. The Oaks lead this one in the bottom of the 7th inning. First pitch is low and outside by Carroll. Francisco spits on it, and it's 1-0. Manzo still playing on the edge of the grass at first base in case of a bunt. Infield playing the pole. Flores right behind that second base bag. Showing bunt is Francisco before Carroll even throws. He'll kick and deal. Francisco drops the bunt down the first base line, and it goes foul. Would have been Nishiwa's play. Oh, and the batter's called out.
Yeah, interference. I didn't notice that. Nishiwa tried to go grab that ball down the first base line, and when he was going for the ball, accidentally grabbed, I think, Francisco's back leg, or at least grazed it. It's a rough one for Francisco. He's well in his right to just run down. That's why they'll have a talk about it. But it was interference in the sense that it did interfere with Nishiwa's play.
Yeah, a bit of an odd one here. Runners still moving up. The umpire's having a little meeting to discuss and figure out what the right call is here.
The real question is, since Francisco is in his right, does that kind of get him the get out of jail free card to go back in the batter's box? Because he didn't necessarily do anything wrong. It's just all he did was run a hard 90 down to first.
So they'll continue to discuss. If this play stands and Francisco is called out, it'd be 1 out and runners on second and third for Conejo. But Francisco showed that bunt before Carroll, almost before he even came set. Clear bunt on that play, and a really nice attempt by Nishiwa. That would have been his play up the first base line. And still a really long umpires meeting to discuss this play, and they call it a foul ball. Runners move back to first and second. So a foul ball on Francisco, no out. And it's now a 1-1 count to the Oaks backstop.
I think that is the right call. Again, like I was saying, Francisco, all he was doing was running down to first, didn't deviate from the line, and Nishiwa just happened to get his leg, and it did interfere with Nishiwa, but Francisco couldn't really do anything about it.
A little bit of incidental contact, and that ball bounced foul. A little bit of barking from the Saints dugout.
Not happy with that call, I guess.
So 1-1 to Francisco. Carroll comes set. Runners on first and second. Nobody out. Popped up. Foul territory and out of play. So now 1-2 on Francisco. Oaks lead this one 5-4 in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a 1-2 count to the 5-hole hitter Francisco. Runners on first and second. Nobody away. But a big pitch here upcoming from Cash Carroll. Trying to get the first out of the inning and get the snowball rolling. Checks back on second. Carroll, the 1-2. Swing driven into center field. Ryder chasing after it into the left center gap. He won't get there. Ball gets down. Francisco delivers. 1 run is in. And another one scores. That's Dylan Jackson, and Francisco pulls into third with a stand-up triple. 2 RBI triple brings home 2 more, and the Oaks lead this one 7-4.
That's a great swing from Francisco to send it to right center. No chance Ryder's getting that one. Now he finds himself standing on third, the backstop, given a second life after that review from the umpiring crew, and the Saints weren't happy about the decision. So kind of talk of the umpires a bit, but appears that Cash Carroll's day is over.
Cash Carroll's day is done. Oaks lead this one 7-4. We'll take you to a short break. We'll be back on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Welcome back. Oscar Salazar, the new arm, out of the bullpen for Arroyo Seco here in the 7th inning.
7 1/3 innings pitched so far for Salazar. Pitched 2 times, those 2 appearances versus the Waves and the Foresters, and has given up 4 runs total. 8 strikeouts too, so expect some swing and miss stuff from Salazar.
And the first pitch is ripped on the ground to third, off the glove of Immel, and Freer not able to handle it over at shortstop, so Luke Medhurst able to reach on what may be an error on Dylan Immel at third base. Infield was playing in, so the run does not score, and now the runner's on the corners with nobody away for Matthew Whitco.
You'll see if that is an error or not. I mean, definitely hit off the glove of Immel, one that he has been fielding all season long.
Not easy, and now runners on the corners, 7-4 Oaks. Salazar trying to limit the damage here in the 7th inning and keep the Saints within shot. And now Whitco takes strike 1. It's 0-1 to Matthew Whitco, batting in the 7 hole today. Salazar's 0-1 is hit on the ground. Foul. Just foul down that first base line. And it's quickly 0-2.
That's a great job to wait on it for Matthew Whitco. Saw that curveball, seemingly from a country mile. Would want that one back. That's something he's usually driving down the first base side.
2 for 3 day for him, and he'll take ball 1 outside, 1-2 to Whitco. One and two from Salazar. Swing, line drive, base hit into left field. That one gets in front of Carson Panarisi. Trotting home and scoring easily is Francisco. And Whitco comes through with a huge base hit to put the Conejo Oaks up 8-4.
Adding another one again. Good swing from Whitco. Another single. 3 for 4 day. Unreal.
Arroyo Seco in some trouble, down 8-4 in the bottom of the 7th here. Ryder Gordon stepping in from Claremont Mudscripts, and he'll take ball 1 in the dirt. Luke Medhurst on second, Matthew Whitco on first. 1-0 count to Ryder Gordon, and nobody down here in this 7th inning where there's already been 3 Conejo runs that have come across. 1-0 from Salazar. Just catches the low outside corner of the zone, and it's 1-1. Been a really tough weekend for Arroyo Seco. Blew a 5-run lead on Friday night. Lost last night 16-2, and now down 4 in the 7th inning against Conejo. Is that one in the dirt? Now 2-1 to Gordon.
Conejo is just a good offensive team too, so you know the bats would come alive eventually. And had that lead with the Saints struggles on the pitching side. You need to tack on more. We'll have to tack on from way behind now.
Salazar's 2-1 to Gordon is swung on, nubbed to first base. Monzo makes a play. Throw down to second is in time. Throw to first is not in time. Great play by Juan Pablo Monzo to at least get the out at second base. So now 1 down, runners on the corners for Zach Mora, the bottom of the order for Conejo.
Yeah, heck of a play from Juan Pablo Monzo. Knows that a double play is on now. They can turn 2 at second, go into first. Also, how about that stretch from Salazar? Trying to make a double play happen. Very first baseman-like out of the righty pitcher.
So Gordon now on first base. Whitco on third. 1 down, double play still in order for Arroyo Seco, in need of a huge play to get out of this inning. 3 runs already across for Conejo in an 8-4 lead. 1-0 is high, and it's 2-0 on Mora.
You can see some more just curveballs in this at-bat, trying to get Mora to roll over something, but you got to navigate it low in the zone.
The 2-0 check swing foul at the plate by Mora, and Salazar will take it. looked like it possibly was ball 3, a little bit up above the zone. But a little gift from Zach Mora.
Salazar says thank you.
So 2-1 count. Ryder Gordon still sits on first base. 2-1 is low. And now 3-1 to Mora. Salazar in need of a big pitch. 3-1 pitch. Swung on, driven down the right field line, sinking, and that one will get down fair. All the way into the corner. Robinette will retrieve it. Ryder Gordon into third base. Medhurst scores, and it's 9-4 Conejo.
He's found a nice spot down that first base side, right on the chalk as well. Now back up to the top of the lineup. And this is the type of inning the Saints just needed to avoid. Can't have a team just keep on tacking on runs like this, but the worst part about it is they're going to have to get it done to probably 2 batters. Double plays off now. Runners on third and second.
2 runners in scoring position. Saints defense is in for Contreras, and the first pitch to him misses outside, and it's 1-0 to Brandon Contreras today. 1 for 3 with an RBI base hit. A walk came around to score. And he's stolen a bag. Done everything today out of the leadoff spot for the Oaks. The 1-0 from Salazar is in there on the outside black for strike 1. Goes curveball and picks up a call.
Contreras was shaking his head at that one as soon as it was coming in, but strike call against him nonetheless.
The 1-1 is in there for strike 2. Salazar wasting no time going after Brandon Contreras, and it's 1-2. 1 away here and a 5-run lead for Conejo. 6 runs in the past 2 innings. After Colin Caicedo was able to lock down after that first inning. Line drive caught on the mound by Salazar. And he won't make the play to throw it and get the double play, but nonetheless able to take a base hit away from Brandon Contreras and keep this game at 9-4.
That is a great play by Salazar to go down and glove it. Will be kicking himself a bit, though, that he didn't double up, as both runners on third and second were way off the bag, so plays were on, but no one was covering second. Couldn't whip around to third in time. Gave the Oaks a second life. Was doing a great job of just attacking the zone in that last at-bat. Can do here.
So Nate Lopez steps in, takes ball 1, low and outside. Next one to him is off the outside of the plate, and it's 2-0. Lopez 0 for 3 today. Reached on an error and has struck out twice, but did come around to score. 2-0 to Lopez is in there on the outside corner. 2-1 now.
Salazar is working at a pretty fast pace. As soon as he can get set in his motion, he wants to be ready.
2-1 to Lopez from Salazar. Drops in there beautifully on the outside corner, goes curveball. And now 2's wild with 2 runners on for Conejo. 9-4, the Oaks lead this one. Salazar trying to end this inning. Swing and a miss. Lopez down for the 3rd time today by way of the K, and Salazar able to get out of the inning. But Conejo puts up 4 insurance runs and now lead this one 9-4. We'll send you to the 8th inning on your Arroyo Seco Saints streaming network. Welcome back to Saints Baseball on your Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Juan Pablo Manzo in to face Kyle Zahn in the top of the 8th inning, but I'll pass it over to my partner Dylan DeCesare to take you home in this one.
Thank you so much, Nick, as we're here in the 8th. Juan Pablo Manzo straight up in the air. Second pitch he sees pops up to the first baseman for Conejo. Quick and easy for Zahn, his 3rd inning of work. Saints down now in this top of the 8th, 4-9 after a 2-run 6th and then a 4-run 7th.
Yeah, Conejo just able to piece together some at-bats, some untimely pitching by Arroyo Seco, some walks. But Cash Carroll still looked pretty good today. The Oaks just able to put the bats on him.
I was saying before, needed to get these bats going. They knew that was going to be the aim of the game, as it often is in the CCL. Cash Carroll, one of the reliable relievers that can go for length. Not his best stuff, but still showed some promise. Zahn to Nishiwa at home. It's 1-1 with 1 out.
Wow, wind's really picking up.
Yeah, it's gust or gusting. Zahn to Nishiwa. Nishiwa over to right, towards the hill. Under it is Contreras, and that is an out. Out number 2, but well-struck ball from Nishiwa.
Yeah, and a really nice play out there in right field by Contreras. You know, not only do you have to look for the wall, you have to look for where that hill's going to be. And when you're running so hard, if you're really putting some force into your steps, once you hit that, off-balanced plane, it's going to be a hard time. But Contreras did a really nice job looking where his feet were, still keeping track of that ball, and catching that over his left shoulder.
Up comes Braden Flores. Takes that first pitch high from Zahn. So 1-0, 2 outs. Conejo in the driver's seat, up 5 runs, almost out-hit the Saints 5-11. Zahn to home, has to foul it off as Flores. Counts now 1-1, 1 ball, 1 strike. Here's Zahn. That's a swing and a miss. Strike number 2. Gets Flores almost down to knee. That low pitch just out of the zone. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Wind continues. Starting to pick up in these latter innings. Here's Zahn. Same spot, doesn't get the swing and a miss like last time. Getting some dirt kick up as well from the batter's circle.
Yeah, our computers over here are shaking.
Here's Zahn. Flores out to center. And that gets down. Gloved in center by Medhurst. But over to second will be Flores. A stand-up double for Flores. Another base hit for him on the day.
Yeah, and it didn't even look like he swung too hard on that baseball. Just put a really nice solid swing on it. Barreled it up beautifully. Able to get it just in that right center gap. And interestingly enough, Medhurst playing kind of a push on that one. Playing on the left side. If you're from looking at home, playing on the left side of second base. So that left center gap, or right center gap, excuse me, was wide open for Flores there. Was that strike 1 to Robinette?
Bryce Robinette now up. Flores got to second standing, 2 outs. No balls, 1 strike to Bryce. Playing in right field today. Swings through that one. Seems like maybe nicked a part of the wood bat. Able to clutch in the glove is Francisco behind the dish. Zahn ready to deal. No balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs. Runner on second. That one into center. Medhurst stops and gets it. Found a spot in his glove, and that will be the end of the top of the 8th. We'll head to the bottom of the 8th. Oaks looking to put on more. Saints need to limit damage. Bottom of the 8th here on the Arroyo Seco State's usually streaming, but today radio network. Tyson Reese up to bat, led off last inning. That shows how dominant the Oaks were in that bottom of the 7th. Able to get through all 9 batters. And Reese starts off with a strike from Salazar.
Yeah, it was just timely hitting last inning, able to pick out pitches when they wanted them, drove everything that was over the plate, and then had just really keen eyes, got into a lot of deep counts.
That one over to Flores, fielded cleanly. Over to Juan Pablo Monzo. That's the first out on a ground out. So 1 out, 1 away.
Yeah, so now we've got a pinch hitter.
A new guy in for the Conejo Oaks.
Bodie Grieve.
Batting in place of Dylan Jackson, the left fielder. That's the first pitch strike from Salazar. That one was low, 1-1. So 1 ball and 1 strike to the new batter in Grieve. Fast pace, curveball, doesn't find the zone. Two, 1 out. Inside part, just nicks it. Bodie Grieve played at Lafayette College last year. Now in the portal, entered on June 2nd, so when the season just got underway. Spears that one foul left. And he's a tough kid, played through a thumb injury. He missed 16 games last year because of it, but still played through it for a bit of time. That one high, won't find the zone, counts full, 1 out. So with that thumb injury, at over 200. So not his best numbers, but was battling something as he battles there to get on base. It's a walk. Salazar gives up the free pass. Now up again, Brady Francisco. RBI triple last time up for the backstop.
Yeah, and if you remember last at bat, he was trying to bunt. Runners were on first and second. Was trying to bunt to get him over. Had an unsuccessful bunt, called him out, but then ended up deciding it was a foul ball as that strike 1 at the knees. Ended up being a foul ball, and then a couple pitches later was able to hit that RBI triple. So just unfortunate set of circumstances, a call that didn't go the Arroyo Seco Saints' way.
Francisco swings through. Salazar, not to strike 2. Salazar ready, 0-2, 1 out. Over to third, just foul. Imolazana had a beat, but no reason to field it. As we'll go again, 0-2, 1 out. Francisco, product of Oklahoma State last year. Been around, GCU redshirt, then he went to Yavapai College or the Arizona area. Put up a great year and found himself at Oklahoma State. Runner goes, throw down to second. Nishiwa cannot get Grieve, so he'll take second with ease. Now runner in scoring position for Francisco.
Yeah, Grieve, good jump on that pitch. I think Salazar went with the exact same timing as he did on his last couple pitches. Grieve was reading that, trying to be ready for it, vaulted at the right time, and then took off for second. I think even if Nishiwa throws a perfect throw down there, feels like Grieve was in there easily.
Now runner behind him has to check on him. 1-2. Francisco rolls over. Emil Fields checks second, goes to first, gets the out. Juan Pablo Monzo gloving it. That's out number 2. Francisco back to the dugout.
Yeah, and when Joe Regan was on earlier, talked about a play to third base when Arroyo Seco was up to the plate. not walking that runner back to second, allowed an easy run over to third for Panarisi, but that time Immel took his time, shuffled a little bit towards second, made sure Grieve stayed put, threw a dart across the diamond.
Now up is Medhurst, the center fielder for the Oaks. Reached via an error from Immel last time up. One 0, 2 outs. Salazar. Over strike one of the at bat. Counts even 1-1. So as the runner in second and Grieve, who stole the base, to worry about. Both 2 outs. Just wants to focus on throwing it home to Nishiwa. 1-1, 2 outs. Here in this bottom of the 8th. Salazar double checks, goes home. Gets a swing over it, not a great swing. Just didn't know if he should hold up or go full.
Yeah, kind of decided right in the middle of that swing that he didn't want it, but awkward swing now puts Salazar in the driver's seat here with 2 outs.
Medhurst has reached 3 times today. Here's a pitch from Salazar. Strikeout looking. Salazar walks back to the dugout. So no runs come across. A scoreless frame needed for the Saints, and they'll have to go to the top of the 9th. Urging to fight back in this one. Down 5 here on the Arroyo Seco Saints Radio Network. Not bad.
Now batting, number 4.
Now here in the top of the 9th, last chance for the Arroyo Seco Saints, and who better to start it than Jacob Freer, but a new pitcher on the bump for the Conejo Oaks. It's Matthew Sanders.
Yeah, Sanders, 3 innings pitched this season. He's got 9 outs, given up no hits so far, no runs, struck out 4. So came in a couple of high leverage situations, one against the Riptide, one against the Philippines baseball group, and he locked it down. So big opportunity for him, but Arroyo Seco, last breath, they need a miracle like they saw happen to them on Friday.
Can certainly get some runs up on the board. Only down 5, have come back from more. Sanders looking to shut the door. LA Valley College now undecided, but 3 years there. A two-way player of sorts, but the pitching more of the focus for Sanders. Freer swings that one foul. Solid contact, just not in the field of play. 1 ball, 1 strike, no out. Freer rolls over to third. It's fair. Jump throw, not in time. Whitco tried to make a theatric play, but curtains were closed, and he's safe at first.
Yeah, that's just a really tough play to make. I'm honestly very impressed that Whitco was able to get over there, you know, scoop it, make that throw across his body, and even have a chance to get Freer. He was in there by probably about a step, but still made it close enough to make some sort of decision down at first base. But sometimes you see rallies start on those infield singles. Pitchers start to get frustrated. You're frustrated. You get good contact, but can't get the out. So
And that one in between 3 and 4. Base hit for Cannon King, who just came up. Station to station. Runners advance, so first and second now following that base hit from King. First of the day.
yeah, and you know, good time for Cannon to get his first of the day. You know, down by 5, very important. But a couple of base runners here already, giving a little bit of pressure on Sanders, who hasn't seen much pressure this season. No hard hit balls off of him so far. Opportunity for Arroyo Seco to start chip it away here.
Panarisi coming up to bat. I've been waiting his turn. He's had 2 great swings, end up in base hits today. One of them a scorcher to left, another one a solid hit to right. Piecing together good mechanical swings. 1 ball, no strikes, no out. Runners on first and second for the Saints. Top of the 9th. Panarisi fouled off the first base line, away foul. Sanders shakes off the first. Long look, gets into his motion. Delivers to Panarisi. Over to right. Contreras on it. Runners have to return. Solid swing, won't get rewarded. Heads up by Contreras to move into position swiftly.
Yeah, and we've seen, you know, every game you can take positives from it. Even in a 16-2 game, Joe O'Regan throwing 6 innings of great ball for Arroyo Seco. And today might not be the result Arroyo Seco wants. Still 2 outs away, of course. Still plenty of time for them to make a little rally here, but just some great swings today from Carson Panarisi. We've seen 3 at-bats in a row where he's had a great approach, been able to hit to all parts of the ball field. So just a great sign for Arroyo Seco.
Now up, Evan Reeder, or Ryder, my apologies. Flew out to center last time up. Was an RBI triple on the day. Could use some of those RBIs in this situation. Again, the Saints down by 5. Had 8 hits in this ball game. That's a strike, so no balls, 2 strikes, 1 out for Evan Reeder, or Ryder. Got to get that right.
It's always tough.
Here's Ryder, waiting for Sanders. Bat stays on the shoulder, takes outside, first ball of the at-bat. So 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out. Wind blowing. Feels like to right field. Sanders checks on second, delivers home. Ryder fouls off towards the Oaks dugout, down the first base side. Staying alive. Sanders to Ryder. Swings through, and he'll strike out swinging. Second out of the inning, and the Oaks are 1 away from finishing this one up.
Now batting, number 9, Dylan Immel.
And the last hope for the Arroyo Seco Saints today, Dylan Immel has runners on first and second, and Freer, who has significant speed, and Cannon King, who can certainly get around the base paths. but takes a big swing and miss on the first pitch he sees from Sanders. Is this a swing away situation or maybe a shoring up, try to get something just down and solid?
I think down by 5, 2 runners on. If you're Immel, I'm just trying to have the same approach I've had in every other at-bat. And he's a guy, great contact, as that's ball 1 inside, 1-1 now. He's got great contact. He's got really good hands. He's quick to it, really sharp in that batter's box. So, you know, if I'm Immel, I'm trusting my stuff. No need to shorten up. With 2 strikes, of course, but I think right now it's just swing away and try to get a base knock here.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs for Immel. Over to left and foul, out of play. Sanders seeking to close this out for the Oaks. Immel just wants to keep this going. When the Saints get that offense going, it's usually in explosive bursts. They could use some firepower now. Sanders checks second, will go home. Immel fouled off again. Way foul.
Might be the last chance to go get some free candy. Somebody's got to go get that foul ball.
Go get your baseballs, everyone. Get your favorite candy. It's like Halloween at the ballpark. 1 ball, 2 strikes to Immel. That one foul again. A little bit late on everything, but he's staying alive. Looking for his pitch. One, 2 outs. Scores 4-9. Saints are down in this 9th. Immel takes outside. Another chance, good take. To home. Immel swings through, and that will be the game. The Saints, despite having a lead in the 3rd, 4-3, they'll drop this one. As the Oaks scored 6 unanswered to win it 9-4 here at Ventura College.
Yeah, and it was just a tough day for Arroyo Seco. You love to see the offense come alive in the 3rd inning after struggling yesterday, but you can't get all your runs in 1 inning. Other than that, it's been, you know, the pitching for the Oaks today that really shut the door. Thomas Novak was the only pitcher that really had any trouble. Caden Sramick started off beautifully. Latshaw came in, put together 2 shutout innings. Kyle Zahn with 3 shutout innings. So Saints just didn't really have, you know, the bats going today other than against Thomas Novak. On the other side, you look at the pitching for Arroyo Seco today. Of course, Caicedo able to adjust after that 1st inning where he gave up 3 runs. Then Cash Carroll came in. It was 4 straight innings for the Oaks where they didn't score a run, but Cash Carroll finally, at some point, you're going to have to start giving up runs, and the Oaks were able to get to him today. Oscar Salazar still provided some good length out of the bullpen, but 9 runs coming across. Not ideal on the defensive side, and for the Saints, you can't score in 1 inning. Have to do it in every inning. Have to start getting base hits. Timely base hits is something that Arroyo Seco hasn't seen the past few games, and it'll be the 3rd straight loss for Arroyo Seco. They'll go down, or 3rd loss of the weekend, that is. They'll go down to 2-6 on the year, 5-game losing streak, but, you know, really quality opponent in Conejo. I think tomorrow is going to be a big day for Arroyo Seco. Taking the day off, you got to just think about what the approach is heading into Tuesday. Big games ahead, especially 4 games under 500.
Need all they can get. That day off tomorrow, like you said, Nick, will be big for the reset for the Arroyo Seco Saints. And on Tuesday, that game with the Philippines Baseball Group at 5:35. So they'll have that day off. And that'll do it for us here at Ventura College. Just like to thank everyone for making this possible and the entire Arroyo Seco Saints staff. Behind us for Dylan Cesare and Nick Jepson, this has been the Arroyo Seco Saints on the Arroyo Seco Saints Now Radio Network. Final score 9-4. Have a good one wherever you are.